Hello, Craig. Hello, GameBot. Obviously, my voice is better. Yay!
Yay.
Last time on Well Dressed Bones, we were dealing with the rehearsal to the wedding of Metal Vaunt and Grave Anchorage. Um, a sort of arranged marriage that Metal has entered into due to her aunt, Cadence Dentel, basically owning her. Um, Metal having accumulated a significant amount of both interpersonal debt and financial debt that Cadence has covered in exchange for permanently binding herself to another legacy family. And as we saw last time, Metal may be having quite a few second thoughts, doing something that was thought to potentially be a break-in, but was in fact something of a potential escape attempt. At least a spur of the moment lashing out against her situation. But seems like, based on talking to the others, that Metal is not yet in a place where she can fully take that leap and accept that this is not something she has to do. Um, but meanwhile, everybody else is enjoying the party to their specific tastes. Elise is having a grand old time circulating and starting new rumors and plots and schemes. Meanwhile, Cal is incognito and uh, being Claire Dennis as uh, Abbott Colliginus Denier was introduced and then immediately disappeared. Um, May is circulating with some of the well-to-do and has noticed a sort of power in the room that was not here last time. The representatives from Mammon and Sons Financial Services, a sort of interesting stranger in otherwise this group of people that you either know or know of. Um, Fish is torn between dealing with, old friends and having a good time and just really suffering secondhand from what Metal's going through and through wanting to obviously rush out and rescue their kid, and does not even have Kekino to rely on in this moment, as he is sitting with Fish's dad and watching through a screen and throwing popcorn at some of Fish's decisions. Um, Sinner is also in sort of fine form, having to deal with the revelation that May is possessed, and in trying to keep an eye on her while also not currently knowing that, at least according to May, they are broken up. And also noticing some of the, lapsed security around here, trying in a very Sinner way of trying to keep everyone safe, is not really enjoying the party, is just running around, trying to keep everything running smoothly and keep those that he cares about, safe in this time and place. Um, we open slightly back in time from where we left off. Fish having separated from the others, and also sitting off to the side, sort of observing the room at large after interacting with former administrator Tone and Arcanist Goaf, of meeting old friends and chatting and really feeling the strain of choosing to be here rather than sort of at the rescue, and dealing with other sort of complicated feelings. Fish has decided to step away and get some alone time when they take a look at the sort of wait staff, serving staff here, and notice that one of them looks a little familiar in a way they can't quite place. And we are going to start with Fish making a roll for that familiarity.
Alrighty.
I'm just gonna crack a joke that you're gonna go, I got a nat one. Okay, you actually don't know this guy at all. All right, well, moving on to the next scene.
Yeah.
I mean, there was an earlier thing where I was like, make a perception check, and it's like 13. It was like, you don't see it. Moving on. Yes.
So, is that this a perception?
I think I want you to actually make a history check.
That's +0. So thanks.
You're welcome.
Mooney, you know how a 7 really looks like a 1? I had a fucking moment just now. Still, it is a 7, and that's not good.
I cursed you.
Also, it is right next to the 1.
Mm-hmm. All right. With a 7, you see this guy about your height, maybe an inch taller or so. Just the reason he caught your attention is not because there's anything noticeable about him, more because you realized he was paying attention to you in sort of a secretive way, accidentally catching his eye once or twice as he was looking at you as you come to sit down, sort of seeming to track where you are in the room. He looks like familiar to you, but in a way you can't place. It's possible this is a former hookup. The staff at these kind of society events are usually mortals, so you don't think he was maybe that much younger when you recognize him. Maybe it wasn't that. It had to be kind of recent. Not that long ago, because otherwise he would have aged. But yeah.
Well, I meet a lot of people, is the thing.
Yeah, meet a lot of people. With a 7, you feel the band does have crazy gossip. You feel they're all sleeping with each other and they're like imminently about to break up at all times. You feel a
the
sense of kind of
siblings,
like,
that is.
yeah. You feel a sense of kind of dread when you look at this person, just like an immediate emotional reaction of feeling kind of like trapped in some way, kind of closed off, separated. But yeah, you can't place why. It's kind of this instinctive hindbrain emotional reaction to recognizing this guy.
Well then, so the guy's looking at Fish, so Fish looks over and is just like, nod. Hey, how's it going? Not an invitation to come over, just like, I see that you're there.
The guy kind of like straightens a little bit, becomes a little more formal, having been like acknowledged, and you can see sort of this is one of the staff that is not circulating with the trays, clearly like setting up the trays, doing the drinks for others to circulate. You can see he takes a little champagne glass and sort of lifts it in the air a little bit as if offering it to you, like, "Oh,
And Fish is
did
like,
you want
I'm
something?
good, thanks.
Do you want something?" Then yes, he goes back to work and does not seem to be approaching you without sort of this invitation.
Eldritch side, is he possessed?
Okay. Give me an Arcana roll.
Just 11.
Okay. You can see that as the servers are coming and going, there are gray remnants that are either in the servers or are like clinging to the underside of trays and stuff and like mingling with the crowd, kind of a slow infection of people that are here. But this man is not possessed in any way, and it seems like most of the waitstaff aren't. But you notice a bit of a glimmer around his hands, sort of a flow that you recognize. You think that even though all of the waitstaff is mortal, he is not. He is actually a sorcerer or mage of some description. What kind, how, you don't know.
I know that this is death for improv, but Fish just genuinely is like, okay, anyway. So I'm sorry to say no to you, but
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
yeah.
I think this is like this is absolutely like in a scary movie type movie. Do you see like a villain going, ugh, and the main character is like, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Cool, yeah.
As you probably kind of like turn away and kind of like body language wise, kind of like just turning from the shoulder.
Not
a
moving
little
anywhere,
bit.
still sitting at the bench. But
Yeah,
just
still sitting, just kind of like twisting. They're like, okay.
the wall is here. Great wall.
You feel another distinct sense of familiarity, but this one psychic. You feel an invitation as the wall starts to speak to you. No, you feel an invitation as if someone wants to connect with you mentally in the same way May does.
Fish immediately assumes it's May and just opens it up and be like, hey, how's it going?
It's going well, Fish. I hope you are enjoying the party. You look up and you see up on the balcony, having kind of like separated out from other people, stepped away for a moment, you see former Administrator Tone standing with a untouched glass and little plate of hors d'oeuvres, of just being like, look, I have things in my hand, I'm busy, don't talk to me, of just like kind of stepped off from the side, is at this balcony, is kind of looking at you from across the room. And
oh, hi.
Apologies, former detective, I thought you may have intimated something about Miss Gladly that you wish to share.
Oh, yeah, no, totally. She's possessed.
Possessed?
Yeah, I just thought you should
You think that there is a sensitive of some kind, influence on her?
Okay, you need to be caught up on a lot. So are you familiar with remnants?
Your head hurts as his
Ow.
attention kind of focuses a little too harshly on you, and he pushes a little too hard accidentally.
And he
Before
goes, you have a kid?
he goes, hey, you have a son? As he then sort of sort of immediately realizes what he's doing and backs off and says, "How is it that you have come to know about the remnant escape?"
Okay, let me just very quickly. It's so important to say it is not a
Don't-
black remnant.
Don't interrupt. Just gonna give you a download right now.
It is not a black remnant. It's a new kind, a grey one. Half strength. Think of it that way.
I do not claim to be an expert on these creatures, other than the safety concerns that they pose. How can there be a new remnant?
Do you remember when you were like, go to the ruins to help May gladly, and we were like, we sure didn't find anything.
Yes.
We did find something.
And what exactly did you find?
A big skeleton security system built by the ancients that created remnants. It is like their controller, father, dad, who's programmed to totally wipe out the faceless ones and will doom humanity in order to do so. And it got out.
You feel a little extra like pressure and focus, and you makes it like and it makes a little bit of kind of Tone's mental state bleed over into yours a little bit as he's pressing a little too hard and a little too unguardedly. You get the sense that Tone, one of the things that made him such an effective administrator was his ability to just go, this is new information, we just move on and deal with it. You know, nothing that is surprising is allowed to affect like his thought processes, his way of dealing with information. So while you do get surprise, mostly the emotion you're getting from Tone is just, God damn it, of just like frustration about like, there's this huge issue that was not shared with me. And I think you can even feel a little bit of like, at least this isn't my problem anymore, in a way that is like not at all convincing. Of being like, Tone's trying to convince himself it's not his problem anymore, not anyone else.
Yeah, like worrying about world events. Like, there's nothing I can do to influence this.
Yeah.
I'm going to worry.
But in the world events of like someone who is a former prime minister, of being like, oh god, we gotta call this guy and do this. Wait, nope, that's not my job anymore. But I could help, but no, they don't want me to.
And Fish is like physically reacting to this pressure, like Jesus. And so I guess anyone looking at them is like, they're taking the champagne so hard.
Yeah, Fish is just like very slowly trying to like fuse with the stone wall, just getting like pressed back. After a considerable and uncomfortable pause, Tone says, "It is interesting you did not share this information with me or the Sanctuary."
Interesting, but irrelevant now.
Perhaps. On to the matter at hand. This
Right, yeah.
remnant creator can create new remnants, and you believe they are present in your associate.
Oh, Tone, I don't mean to alarm you, but they are everywhere. There's like 50 in this room right now.
You feel the mental equivalent of like an ice pick going into your brain, and you feel for a moment like you can accept it and it will hurt less, or you can reject it and maybe stop it.
John Mulaney at the doctor's office. This might as well happen. Like, okay, fine.
You just open up.
Yeah.
It is
whatever,
very
man.
clearly. It is very clearly too forceful, not enough concern for your comfort and the safety of the structure of your mind. But it is also, to a certain extent, instinctive, not purposeful. You feel your like mental walls go up and be strengthened as Tone like instinctively strengthens his own protections against possession, and being connected with you also increases yours as kind of like a spillover effect. You feel like, at least in this moment, while Tone is not connected to you, you could not be possessed by a remnant. And as the discomfort kind of fades and you can feel Tone back off a little bit, he says, how do we identify these creatures? How do we rid ourselves of them? And what can we do?
Identification. That's something that I can do with my special, I can see magic and stuff. There is a necromancer spell that can expel them. I don't have it. I'm not a necromancer. Maybe Denya could learn it. That's what I've got.
Give me a persuasion check. I think there is an advantage and disadvantage to this that cancels out, so it will just be straight. Noodle is such a big boy.
He's an enormous man.
He makes such a good wall.
7 again? Okay, that's 11. 11 again? Okay. I'm getting a sign.
Go get a Slurpee.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard a radio ad that was just really an earworm, and that just starts playing in your head. You can feel Tone react negatively to it. No, you feel like Tone is trying to psychically invite you in a little bit, which is so like
Why?
against everything that against everything he possibly like wants to or is trained to do. It's the equivalent of someone like unlocking a door and then opening it such a small crack that you can barely see light going through it, and then going, the door's totally open for you, and you don't feel like you can take advantage of it in that moment. As Tone says, is there a way you could share what you see with me?
While you're connected into my brain like this, probably. And let's have a flash of trying Eldritch Sight to see that if he can, like, see it.
Okay. You get Eldritch Sight. You scan the room again.
Where's May specifically? Let's just go look at her.
This would be at the point in which May is
she's
sort
in the
of.
back.
This would actually be when May is sort of like circling Lady Anchorage and about to talk to her.
Mhm.
So she's kind of in the middle of the room, and so you can really focus on her. Do you want to give me a perception check or something, or do you just want to do like passive information, what you can see? Like May's still there, still good, still alive, still
I would like
possessed.
I would like to do a roll.
Okay.
14.
14. Okay. In this case, Ellie, I think it would probably give disadvantage because Fish would be distracted. But so we'll just do it flat. 14, you said?
She's got great legs.
Yeah. She's got great legs. She's clearly a little bit nervous and trying to hide it. Ellie, what do you think May's mental state is, as this is the point in which she is like about to talk to Lady Anchorage and is kind of noticing the strangers dressed in their nice white suits for the first time?
I think a little bit nervous, exactly like you said, because she's about to talk to this very important person. A little impatient and annoyed that she has to go through this farce. And also like just deeply curious about these strangers. You know May, she's a nosy bitch. She wants to know all the time everything that she possibly can.
This is also about the time that Sinner is disappearing into the back room with Cal to speak to Metal. So I think Fish would also observe May being like, important people. Sinner's over there. Important people. Cal's going with him. Important people. Where's Sinner? Important people. Just kind
Classic
of like oscillating
breakup.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
The
you
best
were
way
like
to avoid
her,
my ex
where's
is to be aware of where he is in the room at all times.
yeah? If you were like to her, where's Sinner at the moment? She'd be like, why would I know that? I mean, he's in the back, but like, what about it? Like that sort of vibe.
In the back. Exactly 345 feet from here.
I know because it's outside of my spell range.
Tremor sense goes only this far.
Yes, you do get that. And just to confirm, the perception check was a 14?
Yes.
Okay. You still see the remnant entwined with her. It seems to be kind of pulling or pushing in a direction, trying to draw her attention towards the side of the room where Lady Anchorage is, kind of right in front of her, and also the strangers are kind of like in that same direction. It's kind of like in the same way that Jonas, when you were possessed by him, would sometimes be like, pay attention to this, and would kind of like force your attention to move. It's a lot subtler with these gray remnants, but it is still trying like push and poke in the same way to draw May's attention to a certain way. And that influence seems less slight. It seems more slight rather when May is instead taking a moment to check where Sinner is, as she kind of unconsciously resists that influence.
Well, Fish, gives her an eyeful and then looks up at the balcony at Tone and is like, "You see that? Are you getting anything?"
Tone sends you back sort of an image of what it's like through his eyes, and you do see like the room from his perspective, which is a little disorienting for a moment. He's in a different place than you, but you can see
Hey, there's
that
me.
exactly where you saw like remnants flowing through and people with infected by remnants. He can kind of see smudges of something. It's almost like when he's not opening himself up enough because of that failed persuasion check. He's not opening himself up enough to like fully share your view, but in a way he can kind of like see the remnants out of the corner of his eyes. And you think that that may last for maybe the next, hour or two. There might be kind of a lingering effect, but it's not like a permanent ability you've given him. As he says, but Miss Gladly is your number one concern.
She's my friend.
I understand. A moment, please. I want to see the effects of these remnants.
Yeah.
And I am going to need May to give me, I believe it's a wisdom saving throw. Let me double check. Yes, wisdom saving throw, please, for May.
That's a 10.
Okay. With a 10, with the skill that Tone has in this specifically, you do not feel even the slightest bit of intrusion as he glides into your thoughts. You would actually need a 19 to have noticed. Yeah, it's not a 20. It's close. He's got really high spell save DCs. I think for just a moment, May is distracted by like a mildly uncomfortable feeling, maybe a small flip in the stomach of fear as
It's gas. From
as
all the
gas.
champagne.
As Lady Anchorage, the person she's talking to, clears away, and you go to step forward to greet her, as Tone then retreats. You're right. The gray remnant, you called it. It's dug in there. Feels some
Yeah.
mental bond with it. Do we have a means of extraction?
Oh well, the spell, but I don't. That's kind of it. That's all I got, and it's nothing.
Would it help to sequester Miss Gladly in a isolated place so we may try more intrusive psychic treatment?
No, intrusive. No, listen. She doesn't. I mean, I've tried to tell her. She won't listen. She doesn't think it's real. Like she thinks she's just fine, and don't like lock her up. She hasn't done anything wrong.
Well, then perhaps there is something more subtle we can accomplish. I ask this because you are her friend, Fish, and I understand this concern is genuine. Normally, I would not do such a thing without asking permission of the one so affected, but obviously the ability to give consent is compromised in Miss Gladly, if what you say is true.
Yeah. Maybe it should be an intervention. All the people who love and care about her appear and go, if there's no problem, then there shouldn't be a problem in opening up your mind.
Yes, I suppose we could seek permission in that way. Tone is doing that thing where you're like, it's basically like, yeah, this person doesn't know that they've got a live grenade in their house, and so obviously the only solution is to hire some guys, break down the door, bust in, take it away before it hurts her. It's like, or we could ask. And you're like,
Yeah,
I
we
didn't
could
think about
talk
that.
we could talk about the grenade. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Huh. All right. Still clearly struggling with kind of violence and domination being the first instinct. But he says, very well, if you think that is best, I will assist however I can. This is a danger to all of us.
Yeah. I guess. I
Very
knew
well,
you'd take it
Fish.
seriously. That's why I had to tell you.
Yes. And I appreciate your faith. You know how to contact me, and I will be close.
Okay.
Also, I believe the Arcanist wished to speak to you about some information you requested from the sanctuary. I'm sure
Oh.
Gove got distracted.
Thank you. I'll follow up on that.
Treasure your friends, Fish. Enjoy the party. And you can feel Tone kind of separate. Yeah, no, he does. He takes it seriously, and he is willing to help you, including by very questionable means. He immediately is like, "You're right. This is a problem. What can we do?" And now I'd like you to give me a perception check to try to figure out where the fuck Goph has gotten to. So he's apparently sitting on information that he forgot to give you.
It's like, oh yeah, I got your son's birth certificate here. Oh my god, it's just garbage today. That's a nat 1. For a
I
for a
think
3.
I think Goph looks very charming. I don't think he's like incredibly conventionally attractive, but I think that he I think that he has an interesting face and is nice and good to look at.
I've always
Yeah,
liked
hopefully
both. It's great.
hopefully manifesting some nat 20s in your future, because Jesus. With a 3, you look around the floor. You see a bunch of fucking rich people doing their thing. There's no Goph. You see the door to kind of the secondary hall where you dueled Vellum and almost lost your fingers close, and you're like, it could be that way. I could check, or I could just wander around. Maybe he's in like the bridal suite, or he went to
I
like the
kind of
groom's
don't want to go
thing
back in that
or
room, I've lost my
maybe
fingers.
he's in the kitchen. Maybe he's in the kitchen, behind the serving station. Just like you're just like, there's so many places he could be that he's not like immediately in my sight. I guess I'll just have to, search around.
Kitchen sounds fucking fabulous. Aren't we all a little food motivated most of the time?
And Goph, more than most. The ADHD means he is liable to get very distracted by passing thoughts. And yeah, you want to just duck into the kitchen for a sec, check if he's there?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Okay, cool. You duck into the kitchen. It's clearly like a lot larger than is currently being used for this event. But what is in there is a lot of people kind of hustling and bustling back and forth. A lot of people giving you those kind of like considering glances of like, why the fuck are you here in this space? Well, it's not my business. And then moving on. As everybody kind of glances at you while you're going around. You, with your passive perception, do not feel the figure walk up behind you as you step into the kitchen. Server comes up behind you and just says, Monsieur, is there something I can help you with? And puts a hand on your shoulder, touches the back of your neck. It's the waiter that you thought you recognized. And I need you to give me... where is it? 2 Constitution saving throws, please.
Jesus.
7 and an 11.
It would be at this point. Con save. Let's.
Time for that nat 20. Fucking do it.
I pray. Okay, all right, okay, all right.
All right, okay, all right.
That's a 15, 19.
19. Okay, 15 and a 19?
Yes.
Okay. You get the more minor effect of 1, and you entirely avoid the second. As you disappear in to the kitchen, the clatter of people running back and forth and working on getting all the dishes together, and the door closes, and this man steps up behind you. You feel the ocean. You feel the way it pulls on you. The way it saps your energy. The way just an hour of swimming leaves you so tired. As Jacques Abdo, Metal Savior, disguised as waitstaff, new goatee, hair dyed, wearing colored contacts, pulls you in close, and you feel an element of water flood through your body, slowing your blood, making you so tired and so cold. With a partial success on one and a full success on the other, you only gain 1 point of exhaustion, which will be a -1 to all of your rolls going forward. He was trying to, like, knock you the fuck out in this moment as the
Nice try.
as the feeling of water starts to fade, and you turn around and see him confronting you, and recognize him for what he is, as he is expecting you to collapse and is therefore already kind of like steering you into a side closet.
And Fish goes, I'd like to be bought dinner first.
Give me a acrobatics or athletics check, as you're essentially trying to escape the grapple.
Doing acrobatics. That's a 15.
Okay. With a 15, he's very obviously like expecting you to kind of drop and slump and therefore be supporting your weight, and is sort of expecting to be moving you that way rather than actually keeping you from breaking away. So you really quickly just slip out of his grip and go to leave. I want dinner first, as he pulls a knife and holds it down at his side, pointing it at your hip. And although he is surprised that you didn't drop, he quickly gets over that as he hisses at you. I knew you recognized me.
Yeah, I sure did from the very moment I saw you. And I expected you to be here as well. You took your damn time to come and rescue Metal again.
Give me a persuasion check, I think with advantage.
Hmm. 17.
Okay. With a 17, You say, I expected you here. You can help rescue Metal. And you see him look up, make eye contact. You'd kind of like turn your head very slightly to look at the rest of the room. You see almost all of the kitchen staff are like doing their job. 1, 2, 3, 4 people have like fully stopped and like turned to look at you with a hand like at the closest like potential weapon or tool. And Jacques looks at them briefly and just kind of like shakes his head, and they all turn back to what they were doing and kind of disappear into the rest of the staff. As Jacques very slowly takes the knife away and tucks it back into a pocket. Unfortunately, saving Metal is not reason for our visit today.
Oh. So, you just, came for the wedding? I can't relate. I don't like them myself.
Yes, they are assholes. Assholes that need keeping an eye on. Second Dawn is still committed to undoing their influence. Keeping an eye on Miss Vaunt is a side benefit. And you can tell he's pretty kind of disappointed. The fact that you said you're here to rescue Metal and he has to say no, I'm not, is disappointing to him. Is hard to say.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not what he's here for. It is what he wants to be here for.
Rip. Fish rubs the back of the neck and goes, alright, well, what do you need help with? Did you have to make me almost pass out?
Fish, we are not friends. Even if we are not exactly enemies.
I have good working relationships with a lot of people I'm not friends with.
I can't have you ruining this operation.
Ruining? What are you doing? You have to tell. You can tell me, like, knock me out and put me in the closet afterwards, but like, tell me first, please.
With your high persuasion from before and his very high insight to know that you were telling the truth, Jacques kind of looks at you for a moment, sighs, and then fully like steps away from you and starts walking into like the walk-in fridge, being like, "Get over here."
Hell yeah! I love to have to know secrets. Fish practically flounces as a follow-up. Just like, yeah, let's find out. This isn't I shouldn't alert anyone. I shouldn't be like,
Yeah.
Tarn, hey, Tarn. Just
Fish is like, I love secrets, and I might get fucked in the walk-in. Win-win.
I do like that accent.
Jacques shares with you that the Second Dawn is increasingly concerned about the influences of certain parties, including some that are here today. Members of the Maharu are seen as influencing government more and more, and the Second Dawn is investigating them and trying to infiltrate them. And also, they have a lot of concerns about a group called Mammon and Sons that is rapidly gaining power and influence among sort of the richer sect of sorcerers. But through all of his description, there is this kind of line of being like, we are here to keep an eye on and try to gather information from the legacy families. You know, it's a great opportunity to glean information for future operations. we are also keeping an eye on Metal a little bit, especially like me personally. He doesn't say, but you get the sense like I volunteered for this mission so that I could potentially help Metal, and also catering is how we make our money. No, the genuine thing is that if you remember last time, the entire catering staff was Second
Yep.
Dawn, and that's how they did
Yep.
that kidnapping. Um, if you ask, genuinely, Jacques is like, um, they tightened their security and just left a bunch of other holes everywhere, and they're not smart enough to know that they didn't think somebody would attempt the same way of infiltrating twice, which actually made this the best option.
That is
Also,
so
Jack has
stupid.
a 100% legitimate server resume.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. If he
He's like,
showed you his
when I was
resume,
pursuing acting, I got into catering and serving
yes.
just to pay the bills, and then I went from acting to renegade, as you do.
Yeah, there's a couple of like year-long gaps in his resume when he was going deep cover to like assassinate a politician, but most of the rest of the time it's just he's got busters and server roles all there. Even been kitchen staff.
He has flipped a burger.
He's flipped a burger many times. But yes, I think out of this interaction, you do think that it's like kind of a you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of situation of like maybe the Second Dawn can be approached for help with some of our issues regarding these organizations that they're already looking at. But more personally, you think if Metal is like, I want to get the fuck out of here, here's a guy you can be like, make a distraction, and he will do it, no question.
Yep. It's too bad that Fish doesn't know about the window instant yet.
Yeah, I do think it is. I do think Fish is still ruminating on that. Like, does Metal really want to do this? But he's not getting the like constant evidence that
Yep.
May and Cal are. Yeah.
Yeah. So Fish is like, yeah, we don't like this for her. Let's stand by.
As you agree with Jacques to stand by, you leave the walk-in, unfortunately unfucked, but can't win them all, and re-enter the party itself, just as you hear the sort of tinkle of someone tapping on the glass and calling everyone to order for the rehearsal dinner itself. As people start making their way to their seats, you can very clearly see that, like, yes, there are a lot of people here. They're filling like maybe half the audience seats. Not everybody is coming for the rehearsal, and Fish may have been to a couple of like mortal or sorcerer weddings. It's weird for rich people to be at the rehearsal of the wedding at all. It's just another excuse to party. Usually, this is a very much like just wedding party and the priest thing. But as everybody is sort of recongregating, finding their seats, you emerge from the kitchen to see May and Cal rejoining each other and talking for a brief moment before heading to find an available seat. Sinner has slipped out and is kind of shadowing May, although giving her a little bit of distance, looking at her very suspiciously in a way. And you can see the bridal party and the groomsmen start to emerge from their two rooms and come
And
forward.
Cal is going, Saints, what a creep.
Yeah. As you are heading forward, just kind of looking for a free spot. I want someone, can be anyone, to make a perception check.
So you go, what, +6 perception, gal?
+9.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Special eyes.
Look.
That
look
is
with
an
your special
18.
eyes.
I was so proud of that joke last session with Tone.
What was that? 18?
18.
With an 18, you are looking for spots. Do you think May is looking for spots where it's like, okay, we gotta have room for Cal, and we gotta have room for Fish, or do you think May is like, let's try to find an empty seat next to like the hottest, buffest guy to like piss off Sinner, or how like focused on herself is May in this moment, looking for seats?
I think May is somewhere between gotta find someone super hot, / someone I can make Sinner jealous with, so maybe Kalua. But also, okay, is there anyone who looks like related to the Maharu that I can, take this opportunity to get in with? And if they line up, all the better.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny, by the way, that May's like, I'm gonna make Sinner so jealous with Kalor, and Sinner's gonna be like, okay, May has a new friend. I wonder if I should be suspicious of her. And Cal's gonna be like,
Yeah.
Cal is frothing at the mouth in the background.
an
Yeah.
infuriated Wawa.
Sinner is just like, interesting. I didn't know May was bi. Like, I'll kill her. Obviously, we've talked about which celebrities are the hottest, but there's a difference between talking about it and seeing it. Yes, as you're going forward, kind of looking for these spots, it looks like there is a spot available next to a sort of East Coast American businessman, like financier that is from a like more minor legacy family. He's decently young, he's decently attractive, and he is wearing a little Maharu pin. You think you can sit next to him and get some info. There is also a spot available right next to seemingly the leader of the Mammon and Sons congregation. And then, because an 18 is high enough, you see that the way this is set up is that there is essentially the two sides that are often like the bride's family and the groom's family, and right in front is like the special guests. You see that on Metal's side of the audience, for right in front for her section is Lady Dentel. Seat reserved for May Gladly. Seat reserved for Fish. Like with signs and everything right in front. You may not be part of the wedding party, but you are very special guests.
Oh fuck! I wish I hadn't seen that.
You got high enough that you saw it.
Yeah, fuck. How much of a faux pas would it be in May's interpretation for her to pretend she hasn't seen that? Like, is it reasonable that she would not know?
You don't think that any of the guests would care. You think Metal would be very sad. It looked like you're not here.
Can I roll a self-insight with specifically what is the remnant like pushing hard enough away from Metal?
Yeah.
The fucking biggest waste of a nat 20 I've ever had in my fucking life. It's a natural 23.
Your dice says you love Metal.
Yeah.
I actually think this goes in a slightly different way. As you are walking forward, coming to your seat, there are other people coming around you, kind of finding their own seats, finding their own areas, and for just a moment, former administrator Tone is kind of like slipping by you, finding his own seat, which is not as immediately not as immediately at the front as it is for you, but he's like 2 rows back in clearly like the people Metal wants to be here seat, and he just, for the briefest moment, says, "Oh, excuse me," and touches your elbow as he goes fast. In that moment, you feel a split. As with that nat 20, you feel. I don't think you have the psychic aptitude to feel that it is sort of externally cued or externally forced, but you can feel for just a moment the differences between yourself and the remnant, the barrier between them, the walls, that the for just a moment you have the clarity of you and this parasite as separate entities rather than something that is totally built in and involved with you. And with that nat 20, you feel the remnant pointing you, pulling you, trying to influence you as much as it possibly can towards sitting next to Mr. May of Mammon and Sons, as you feel your own emotion separated and see you really want to be there for Metal.
Damn it. Yeah, okay.
Ellie's like, but I'm with the remnants.
Yeah, but I want to know what's going on. Okay, I have to honor that. The dice chose. May looks very longingly towards that empty seat, but goes and sits up next to Metal and hopes that hopefully another chance will come up.
Yeah. And as May is striding forward to the seats, everybody else sees where May is going and can find their own seats with her as well.
As devastated that it's at the front, but they will go sit there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cal would have probably figured / maybe sees and then double backs and realizes that, Collisions Denier has a seat and Claire Denis does not, so she goes back into the, Shadow Veil and Cape. I'm assuming, based on the way you're saying this, that all of the Bestie squad is up front, and, like, Jamal and Sinner are, like, 2-3 rows back, which is very funny to me.
Genuinely, the way it is set up is that the first, like, 4 rows are, like, reserved for, and then someone's name. Next to Cal, there is a +1 seat, as if Metal was not totally sure you would be coming with Jamal and not someone else. Claire could be Claire and sit in the +1 seat, and just Cal is absent. But that may create too much of an association in people's mind. There is a spot for Sinner next to May, as Sinner was his own guest. But you can see that these first 4 rows are like, here's a reserved seat for this person. And beyond those 4 rows, it's just like, and all the other assholes, find your own seat.
This all makes sense to me, but it makes me sad because I imagine Cal and Fish having to sit next to each other as part of Bestie Squad with, like, an empty seat for, like, Isle or Sarah or something, and Jamal just being like, my girlfriend.
My girlfriend. I mean, you can absolutely, like, Jamal is on one side of you, Fish is on the other. But yes,
Nightmare.
an absolute nightmare. A Cal sandwich, or a dream. As
Fish's nightmare
everybody...
blunt rotation.
Yeah. As everybody kind of takes their seats and is getting to their spots. As
Real quick question.
Yep.
Lady Dentel tried to have Fish off did
Correct.
have Fish off the guest list.
Huh?
Is there like a moment of like eye contact? Like, oh, you made it inside.
Abso-fucking-lutely. You can see that there is no seat for Isle because Isle was successfully banned. So, Lady Dentel wouldn't even let Metal like save space for her if she somehow snuck in. It was absolutely like Fish was explicitly invited. Fish was going to be a guest of honor. Fish has a spot. Fish is going to have a placard at a certain table for where they're going to eat. And Lady Dentel just went up to the doorman and went, "Here's $20. If someone shows up saying they're Fish, don't let them in." And like crossed your name off the list.
Oh, yeah. And that's 1950s $20, so you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That man had a changed life. Yeah, but there is absolutely a moment of like hard eye contact before she kind of like puts her nose up at you and focuses back on the back on everybody getting ready in the bridal party and such.
Fish just is stone faced for that one and just sits down.
As everybody rejoins, you see that Thearch Phi steps forward and it takes a position behind the pulpit. Cal probably looks around, see that Elise is in a normie seat, like 5 rows back, going, Callie, do you want me to switch with Jamal? Why am I back here? As he steps forward to take the pulpit and says, "Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We will just do a quick walkthrough of the ceremony itself. For everyone that is unfamiliar, we will be having a truncated version of the Reformed Church of the Faceless One service. So as the bride and groom walk down the aisle with their chaperones, and we have the parties stand in the traditional pattern, the bride and groom will hold hands while we have a reading from the Book of Tears in the Gospel of Maggots, and the recession will be Give Us Eyes That Can See. Give us eyes that can see. You can see like the whole crowd. There's a bunch of people being like, "What?" And then a bunch of people being like, "Give us eyes that can see." The very faithful.
I think Cal is the I've read about this in a book thing. Like she's like,
Yes.
"Oh yeah, I do know this," but not in a like comfortable way.
Give me a religion check.
Where'd you go? 14. That feels appropriate. Oh wait, no, 16.
16. Every religion has its like, this is about the bonds of the family. This is about love. This is about what marriage means. Those kind of readings in their holy books that get pulled out all the time for wedding. The Gospel of Maggots includes a section that is the closest that the Church of the Faceless Ones ever get to that, which is like, in the same way you need to devote yourself body and soul to the faceless ones, we mirror that in our closest attachments, having to be totally obedient to your spouse. Because like, yes, as they sort of go through the religious motions, Sinner looks like he is going to leap out of his seat and beat this guy to death, and he's restraining himself with every you can see him just going through like PTSD flashbacks of all the services he sat through with his dad. It's like, I hate them all.
Oh, the
In
religious
this
trauma.
moment, is the remnant back in full effect for me?
In this moment, as soon as May became distracted, the sort of border between herself and the remnant started to dissipate and disappear, but never quite get back to the same place it was. You're not as fully integrated. If May really thinks about it, she can recognize the remnant as a separate entity in the same way as she could when she really felt it kind of snap back into place after that fight with Sinner in the library.
I think in that case, I would, sitting next to Sinner, see that he's struggling. Obviously, no. To some extent, I feel like that, even if she doesn't know the specifics, she knows that he grew up with the Church of the Faceless and that it was not a good time. And I think, like, almost reaches out before being like, no, actually, fuck you. Like, at the moment of, like, call back to season 1, it goes to put her hand on his arm, and then both remembers that they're broken up, and that he broke up with her, and takes her arm back.
Don't you hate it when you break up with your girlfriend without knowing it?
Yeah.
Don't you when your girlfriend rolls in that one?
All of you see and hear Sinner's nails, like, digging in through the chair and, like, curling up pieces of wood on his fingers. He's, like, holding himself back. And May goes to comfort him, probably makes a very, like, shortened and aborted motion to, like, take his hand, and then goes, nope, fuck that guy. As the service is about to start, it's a really quick run through. They just are like, yeah, we're gonna walk down to this song, play a bit of music for the orchestra. First, the husband will come down on the arm of Lady Anchorage and be left at the altar. Then Lady Vaunt will be brought down by Cadence Dentel. There will be a ceremony about the joining of the two houses and what it means to be a legacy family. You absolutely look at this like wedding party, this like 3 groomsmen and 3 bridesmaids, and are like, Fish is absolutely like, I think I flirted with her at like the last society event. That woman looks vaguely familiar to me. Like, it's very clearly like not Metal's friends. It is eligible young women of appropriate social standing to be the bridesmaids, which fucking sucks.
Hate your hair. Not likely. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
Yikes. Yeah, absolutely. As the ceremony kind of concludes, they go through the motions of the vows, which are very like, we will both entirely destroy our own individuality in order to work for the betterment of our houses and also be entirely enslaved to each other. Just like absolutely the most negative, toxic vows you can imagine. And you are sitting close enough that you can all see that Metal was probably crying not that long ago and has sort of cleaned up and redone makeup. Doesn't even look fake happy in a convincing way. Just absolutely dead-eyed plastic smile as she goes through these motions. She is incredibly, deeply unhappy.
Cal is casting Dancing Lights to do the ring light.
She sees that and laughs in a way that almost borders, that catch in the throat, like she's about to cry. Just as she is delighted by Cal, making her look good in front of everyone and doing that. As she turns and gives Cal a smile and a little wave, you are all looking at Metal, thinking that She looks beautiful and wonderful and deeply unhappy, and her husband-to-be is an absolute piece of shit. You do not think he pays attention to the vows or like the rehearsal part at all. He is talking to one of his groomsmen almost the entire time. Also, his best man is his sister in just a suit. Um, and
Oh.
yeah, and he's not paying attention to metal at all. The Arcvi is like, and now you swear eternal love, and metal's just like saying it to like the side of his face as he's chatting with somebody, and then it's like, and then you say it, Lord Anchorage, and then he goes, oh right, eternal love, and then back to what he's doing. Like, could not give less of a shit about metal in this moment. Not, well, I might as well accept this. This is going to be my wife. Not, well, I'll learn to love her. Could not give less of a shit about Metal as a person, as a human being, as Metal is trying her best to accept what is going to happen. And with an announcement that the rehearsal is now finished, and we are all welcome to wait while they go through the arrangement of how the first dances will be conducted before opening the dance floor. You can all get up to from your seats and start wandering over and away.
So, like, what's Metal doing now? Is she just stuck with this first dance thing, or is that about other people? Or
she is. You can see that based on kind of personal preference, some people have gone back to like arguing business. Others have gone to their tables off to the side and are awaiting like food being served. The band starts up again, and there are a number of people around the peripheries of the dance floor. Kind of letting the bride and groom and the parents do kind of like first dances and stuff like that before they start dancing. Metal is kind of being dragged along, of being like, and then you'll dance with Lady Dentel, and then you will dance with Lady Anchorage. Lady Anchorage and Lady Dentel will do the traditional joining of the houses dance for legacy families, and then the groom will dance with the best man, and just like the logistics of like making this all work, while a lot of people are on the sidelines just kind of like, all right, we're gonna chat, we're gonna get food, we're going to dance, and Metal just looks really unhappy, but looks like at least in this moment can't quite get a moment away, but is going to be let free soon.
Okay. Anyone? I'm tossing up May, just going in and being like, let's dance, you and me. Fuck these guys. But I also don't want to get Metal in trouble.
And she would get in trouble.
She would, yeah. I think now it's May who's shaking like a shitting dog. Kind of like leans over and makes meaningful eye contact with Fishing Cal.
Visceral mental images. Shit.
Cal is really annoyed. I think she's kept her veil up because she's so annoyed and she doesn't want to like give that away to people. But she's just immediately like that, like polite of like, oh, everybody's gotten up and like we're 15, and she's like, you didn't even look at her. Ugh.
No, he's fucking garbage.
She's like, I mean, even if he's not attracted to women, there is basic common decency.
Exactly. Fake it till you make it. Real quick, perceiving of if Jacques is around, and then it's going to be.
Did he see this travesty?
Yeah. And then, like, I guess, teaming up with May, like, hey, if like, let's just linger and be ready to scoop metal up when we can. Now, yes.
You look to see Jacques. Jacques is you can see everybody else is like getting ready for the meal service, and clearly that's what he's supposed to be doing to maintain his cover. He's not. He's just kind of standing there off to the side, looking at metal and looking very upset. Can
I roll a perception for that? Just like noticing the fish is looking. Cool. I don't want to cheat it by just being like, I definitely notice. Flesh is mad. That's not great. Yeah, that's only a 10.
All right. Fish may be trying to distract themselves by making eyes at the waitstaff. Yeah. Is there anyone you want to talk to or anything you want to do before kind of metal is freed?
Is that free spot still there next to Mr. May?
Mr. May has now stood up with his party and are clearly kind of like talking to each other and checking in a little bit. Nobody has approached them in this moment, so there is a free moment to come and like go and like talk to them without being interrupted. Not like sit next to him, but go and talk to him.
Does he have anything with May's perception check earlier when Kalua first pointed the group out? Is there anything that could be a conversation opener?
That was a nat 20, but you are bending the rules a little bit, doing the roll from canonically like an hour ago.
Yeah, that's worth a shot. I'll roll another perception check now. I don't mind.
I think a good topic of conversation would be like, oh, do you know this person or this person? Like, try to introduce people who are like funding people who have funded your digs in the past and such, of being like, oh, we might know this person in common or something like that. You feel like in this sort of like, some people are here for a wedding, most people are here for like the social engagements and to network. You don't really need an excuse to come up to somebody and be like, cool. Hey, let's be networking buddies, tell me about your business, something like that. You don't think you really need the excuse of an approach, but that could be a good one of being like, hi, I've heard your name in certain circles. You're Mr. May. I believe Lord Wentworth, who funded my dig. Things like that. You can find a conversation opener.
Yeah, let's do that then.
All right, excellent.
May breasts boobily across the room.
May breast boobily. Okay, give me a boob check. Let's say that's a persuasion check with advantage to just kind of like catch his attention before being like, I'm here.
Oh.
I just saw like a badly trained and neglected pit bull seeing a loud toddler. That's exactly what Center was like.
Okay, give me a sec, because my persuasion is not what it usually is, I believe. Okay, that is a 21. Dirty, obviously.
Okay. With a 21, as May puts a little extra flounce in her step, sort of like bounces off the balls of the foot just to make them jiggle a little more in people's faces as she comes forward. Trick my friend taught me in high school. She's like, you don't want a normal gait. You want to just kind of bounce a little bit so that it's it's got the motion there to draw the eye. And I'm like, oh my god. As you step forward, Mr. May does not immediately go like, "Oh, tits!" But you can see that other
Wigga.
people, and especially men in the room, are like, "Oh," and to kind of taking notice of you. And so there is this kind of like motion in the room of like clearing your way a little bit as you approach, and he definitely notices that like someone is approaching through that. And so as he turns from his conversation with one of his staff and looks at you, gives you a very seemingly genuine but like very lion-in smile as you approach, tits up, gliding forward to sort of introduce yourself. He steps forward, and before you can even be like, "Oh, hello, I'm May Gladly," he goes, "Well, I believe I see May Gladly. A pleasure to meet you. You may call me Mr. May."
Mr. May, I must confess I'm quite flattered that you know who I am. I think May does like the classic English offering of the hand. Not a handshake, but like, the charmed I'm sure sort of bullshit.
The most like perfect back straight bow and kissing of the hand, like absolute picture perfect like prep school manners of bending down and kissing the hand. Just that little like, not even like the hover, but not a full kiss, just the barest brush of contact as he kisses your hand, and he says, "Well, of course I know you. I've actually been following your career with some interest. It's a matter of professional pride to keep an eye on intelligent young inventors and those of daring do."
Mr. May, here I thought I might have to introduce myself, mention a few people who I believe may be connected to you, but now I'm quite flustered. What tales of daring do have you heard?
Well, I will say that myself and my associates have been most interested in the experiments you've been conducting in your research on the ancients. We believe there's a lot of exciting opportunities there, and we were perhaps looking at funding some additional digs in this area. I've heard that you've taken more of a mortal archaeological approach recently, but if you're interested in perhaps getting back to your roots, so to speak, we would love to fund a expedition for you.
Can I roll an insight on this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Because he has really been keeping an eye on me. That's a 9.
Okay. I think with a 9, either you're really impressive and you just haven't been meeting people that are like in the know enough, People, the Maharu has been like, "Hey, we've heard that you're a famous Egypt person. Come join us." This is, more what you expect about like, "Oh, this guy is like actually a fan in a way. This is a guy who knows my work and knows my value." Or alternatively, he saw you from across the room. Great tits, nice little flounce. He asked somebody about you, earlier before the rehearsal, so we'd have an excuse to talk to you.
Hey, both is fine with May, because someone's mentioned funding for a dig. Fuck yes. I think May kind of like coyly like tucks her head behind her ears and says, "Oh, well, truth be told, I've been returning to my roots as simply due to a lack of work, but I would be deeply interested in performing another Ancients expedition. Tell me, do you have any particular interest yourself in that region, or would you be leaving it all up to me?"
Oh, well, I admit to a passing academic interest in the ancients. They were such a strange people, and we know so little about them. But no, it's my company that has a interest. We find that a lot of investors have decided to take a more conservative approach as late, things that only guarantee returns. And we find that that's not the way at all. We like to support those with great ideas and pluck. You never know when research or digs into ancient technology, new ideas, new sources could create lucrative inventions. And so we are in the business of getting in on the long term, on the ground floor, so to speak.
Well, I am a fan of high risk, high reward myself, and I'm very, very good at weighing up the odds. I do have a couple of sites in mind. Should I perhaps draft up a proposal?
Absolutely, and we would love to have a meeting regarding these proposals. Typically, we arrange a contract in which materials that are brought from dig sites are, after being cleared by yourself and some of our other experts, be given to some of our researchers for the purposes of unlocking their secrets, defending new products to bring to market.
I have to say, I'm quite fascinated. There's not many products that have performed too well as of late. What have you brought to the market recently? Perhaps I know of them. Perhaps I've even worked on them, indirectly, of course.
Well, we do think that there has been sort of a shortage in the market recently of new arcane technologies. Although there has been some exciting things with the advances made by Miss Sorrows regarding the use of reflection technology, as well as some interesting white papers by an arcanist, Goaf, which
Goaf! He's a wonderful man. I've worked quite closely with him.
I have not had the opportunity quite yet. It seems the sanctuary is a little protective of him and his work, but I was hoping to run into him, maybe pick his brain about some interesting ideas he has. From reputation, I've heard a bit of a wild man, but an absolute genius.
Absolutely. The way the man thinks with magic, I've never seen anything like it. I tell you what, I'm not sure where he is at the moment, but if I see him, I'll bring him over.
Splendid, wonderful. That would be an absolute treat. Oh, excuse me. You hear a ringing telephone, and he turns away for just a moment and pulls out what you recognize as a telephone shape without a cord. And as he pulls out a little antenna and puts the speaker to his ear, you can see that this is clearly a mixture of mortal and magical technology. Near the speaking receiver, there is a much smaller than normal, but still visibly like a sending stone, like you would create inset in the phone. As he turns away and speaks to someone for just a moment and says, "Yes, no, that sounds excellent. We'll bring him in on 1/4 as discussed. Standard provisions. We'll reassess in 1 year to see how the technology has developed with an offer for 1/2. Yes. Yes, get it done. I'll review it tomorrow. Thank you. My apologies, Miss Gladley. Business, unfortunately, never waits."
No, I completely understand. I am fascinated by that telephone you have. I feel like most sorcerers don't appreciate the potential for combining mortal and magic together.
Well, that is something of a specialty of ours in many ways, and I am acting as a tester for this fine product that we're hoping to bring to market in the next year.
May is like, actually, I changed my mind. I love this guy. He gets it. I want to work for him. No, she's not worried anymore. This guy's using mortal tech. He can't be anywhere near as bad as a lot of sorcerers. Yeah, I think she is really less putting it on now and says that sounds absolutely fantastic. Tell me, do you test many of your creations yourself?
Oh, well, I mostly leave those to the experts, but sometimes you just find something that's so useful you can't leave it alone. Yes, we had some business interests as part of a partial split with some other investors in a man who was making this technology possible. Unfortunately, he did not pursue a long-term contract with us, and we had to pursue other avenues. But still, the initial research pays off.
Well, I have to say, if it's not overplaying my hand, I'm rather interested in getting on this team of yours. Of course, I understand you'll need to trial me and so on. I look forward to sorry, give me a sec. I look forward to taking the opportunity to show you just what I could bring to your team.
Well, that sounds excellent to me, and not just one team. We have some of our core teams, but also a number of independent researchers and developers working within their own labs. We provide funding with sort of quarterly check-ins to see how the technology is progressing. And as for a trial run, while you certainly have a reputation as both an inventor and a researcher, we've found that we can trust the opinions of other organizations. And I have heard you are quite an up-and-comer in the house.
I'm deeply pleased and flattered to hear you say so. Can you remind me, Patrick, is there like a motion or anything, like maybe she touches her forehead or something like that?
The thing that you've seen people do is like produce the logo or the symbol to be like, I also know what this is, but you get the sense that it's like you're very on the outskirts of the organization so far. If there's like a secret handshake or a symbol or something, you don't know it. But also, this is like deep secret organization that like doesn't actually exist as far as even experts know. And he was just coming up like, yeah, I know this, and this is new information that hasn't existed for very long, and I'm entirely familiar with it. So his sources of information are excellent. And he says, we're always excited to work with members of the House and have funded many of their projects in the past.
Well, I'm excited to continue that tradition. Mr. May, it's been such a pleasure talking with you. I feel I should perhaps leave you wanting more and open up the stage to anyone else who might want to capture some of your attention.
Well, very well. It will be a shame to be deprived of your company. Maybe if you would like to circle around later, we can speak in more detail about some of these ancient sites that you're interested in. Please, my card. And he hands over his business card. It is it lists a it lists an address in New York, but it's not like got the email and the telephone number and this stuff and this stuff. It's one of those very like clean business cards that just has his name, no title, and an address and a phone number. His name is just listed as May, spelled like the month on the card. No like last name or anything like that. And there is a little logo in the corner that when you were looking before with your Nat 20, I said there seemed to be something kind of on his cufflinks and on his breast, but you were too far away to tell what it is. You've been chatting with him for a little while. You've seen it. His cufflinks are diamonds, and underneath the diamond, so you can see like through it, is sort of a ram's head logo, and that's the same logo he has on his lapel pin. and on the card that he hands you, seems like Mammon and Sons Financial Service has kind of a ram's head logo. So that's something for you to keep an eye out in the future. You've never run into this logo before, as far as you
I was
know.
thinking of the House the Ram, I think. That's why I was like, hang on, the Ram. Why is the Ram familiar? Okay.
And it's just like the horn, just like the spiral horn, sort of stylized is the logo. And I think that a May who had a worse interaction and was therefore more suspicious and not being like pushed by the remnant would be like, it's crazy that I have never heard of these people, and now they are seemingly, after I've been out of the game for like only 2 years, be like the most powerful, influential, and well-informed organization like this that could possibly exist. But you don't feel that because you got a
Remnant
big
Mage's
job
got a job.
offer. And as he is about to, as he hands you the card and is about to turn away, he sees the card in his hand that he's handing to you, and he just laughs really loud. My apologies, Miss Gladly. I just noticed Mr. May, Miss May Gladly.
Dare I say an indication of fortuitous futures ahead of us.
Oh yes, perhaps the start of a wonderful partnership. You have a good day.
You too, Mr. May. An absolute pleasure. I hope to talk to you later. And then May, walks off, very pleased with herself.
Yeah. No money changing hands, but definitely a potential in a for the future.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit sad you didn't like try to ask for his full name or something.
Oh, sorry. We can rewind if you want. It just didn't occur to me.
No, it's just no, it's totally fine. I just had a little joke there.
She'll ask him later. What's that? When they're a little bit more.
Yeah, well, the personal phone number.
Yeah. Nice. Love securing funds.
And securing men.
Yeah,
who are
is it jealous?
Admittedly, obviously, like quite a bit older than you, but does seem to be very charming.
Yeah, I mean, May is like 70. I think it's much of a muchness at this point.
Yeah, there is that thing about once you reach a certain point, it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
You have no idea how old he is, although he's clearly, a sorcerer or magic of some description. But the hair and beard are like entirely white, but he doesn't seem like super like wrinkled and grandfatherly. So it is kind of hard to place his age. And yeah, Sinner absolutely saw the whole thing, but you don't. You're probably not caring about Sinner after having this wonderful conversation, so you may not notice that.
Cool.
All right. While this has been happening. And May has been, getting dat money and also dat daddy. At the same moment, Fish, maybe looking concerned at Metal, kind of waiting for a moment to slip in and talk to her or something like that. You see breaking like a bow wave in the ocean, just like crowds parting as someone kind of like pushes through, running towards you. You see Goph is holding like 4 champagne flutes and like 3 shrimp curled in one hand, like absolutely knocking people out of the way with his elbow. Goes, Fish!
Oh, Garv! Yeah. Oh God. One of these for me, 2 maybe.
Fish hands you one. He hands you one. Immediately drinks from a second one. Almost spills 3 and 4 while trying to eat the shrimp out of his fingers. He goes, "Man, I entirely fucking forgot. I had info for you
Yeah,
because of the play. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Swallow, chew, all that.
Oh, it's good. Sauce is tangy. I got papers for you. And pulls out a little folder of paper from one of his infinite pockets. He goes, "Yeah, I was doing some research on that place that you were talking about. You know why it was hard to find? It was hard to find because, like, technically it's in Colorado, but it's on like the Montana side, and you can't get into it from Colorado. The only road up is across the border. Anyway, it's a whole thing. We found it for you. It's real small, so there was a bunch of maps I had to check, stuff like that. We tried to set up some transportation for you, but it seems like teleporter is not really like working in that area or something like that. Weird things running into that. So we were sending a car to the bottom of the hill, and once we get the go ahead, we can just like teleport you to where the car's parked, and then you can just drive it up. Yeah.
Thank you, Garv. Really.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's just you did a lot for the sanctuary, and you're a friend, so whatever I can do.
Yeah, thanks. And it's just great to see you. You know.
Hey, it's great to see you too. I kind of miss Kekino though. Where's my little buddy? Right?
Having spending some time with my dad, who doesn't like physically exist. It's kind of a thing.
Your dad doesn't physically exist?
At this current moment, no.
Okay. Yeah. No. You know what? Interesting.
I'll
yeah.
introduce you sometime. You'll find it super interesting. Kekin will be here tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. No. Whatever you want. We think maybe kind of like late tomorrow morning we can get that car settled and get the teleporter in. That work for you?
Yeah, sounds great. Yep.
Yeah, man, I'll give you a call. Give Kekino and your ghost dad or whatever my best, and yeah, how you
ghost
been?
Dead.
Yeah, how you been? You all right?
Yeah.
Do anything fun?
I'm going on this road trip. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really go on road trips anymore, not since I'm just kind of sequestered, since the Americans tried to kidnap me. But it sounds fun.
Yeah, what? How was that? Was that rough? What were they doing that?
Oh, I don't know. Apparently, like I'm kind of hot shit. People are like, oh,
of course,
Interman Arcanist want to make things for us. Things that are dangerous or weapons or whatever. And I don't know. There was a couple kidnapping plots. I kind of forget how many. I just it's weird to like walk into a room and it's just like a bunch of dead guys and a bunch of scythes like cleaning their blades and being like, yeah, you were almost kidnapped. It's like, cool. I was gonna go take a leak, but sure.
Well, Garth, don't worry, because the guys who have infiltrated this party aren't here for you.
Okay. Yeah. No, that it sounds good to me. There's probably tons of fucking people who were not invited, kind of sneaking in.
Yeah. Did you see Isle? She's the snake.
I did see Isle. Yeah, I was having a conversation with her earlier. The woman who's wearing Isle was getting kind of mad at me because I was just kind of like chatting to, I guess, her chest. But yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking Elysium, all right. I wouldn't even talk to her chest, to tell you that. You're a braver man than me.
Well, I mean, the tits don't really do it for me. So it was just sort of a good conversation with a snake. Isle was just kind of like, which of course is Snake for how the hell are you?
Yeah.
Been having a good party. Metal seems fucking unhappy, but I guess that's marriage for you, from what I heard. Never been, but yeah,
I
that
have it in
sucks.
good authority that it is very much like that. Don't worry, we're getting her out of here.
Oh shit! Really?
Well, she doesn't know that yet, but I'm sure she'll agree.
Oh, awesome! Count me in. Yeah, I got like
Sure.
I got like smoke grenades, and like he just like starts pulling weapons out of his pockets, and you can see the security guys on the edges like start congregating before the sides stop them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, save it for the main event, man. Yeah, I'll give you the signal. The signal is that. So I
Hell
just
yeah,
did.
you got it.
Yep,
Just like that.
exactly like that.
All right. Well, you know what? Give me the signal soon, and I'll try to make sure to clear out the shrimp before anything happens, just in case I don't get another chance.
Yeah, get it down, and because seafood it goes bad. So like, just yeah.
Yeah. Well, have fun, fish. I don't know why you're going to a small little place in Colorado, but maybe good skiing, good hiking. Have fun.
Thanks.
Send me a postcard or a souvenir. I've been starting collecting magnets, like fridge magnets, like "Wish You Were Here" kind of stuff. You find anything
Okay,
interesting, or they got a photo of like a mom drinking wine on the cover, and it says something pithy. Pick that up or whatever.
Yeah, like I'll get you one of those, and I promise I'll tell you all about it when I get back.
Fuck yeah, friend. Well, enjoy. Shoots down champagne 3 and 4 and walks away.
A man after
And
my own heart.
and Fish is just
Wherever
whittling
Gof
away at
is,
that
there
that
he
one.
is.
Yeah, love that guy, but now is not the time for I have a son.
Yeah.
For other people like Niello, it's like I know that you can handle this in a
Yes.
5-minute space of time, but not.
Gof would, I think, be excited for you and would handle it okay. He would make it too big of a deal for this moment and this time.
Yep. How's Metal? Is she free soon?
Metal is just starting to get free as the orchestra starts calming down and shifting over their instruments as the actual dance floor is open and the dances are going to start.
Mm-hmm.
Metal is immediately surrounded by mostly older men giving her a congratulations dance.
Leave that baby alone.
Some she is politely declining, others she is not able to. But yeah, the music starts swinging up and people start pairing off. As Cal is hovering around the edges, probably doing the same thing as you, probably just like looking for an opportunity with Metal. Clore walks up. Just a moment. Hello, Miss Dennis. I didn't see you come in. That's it's wonderful. I just wanted to say I missed you at our dinner, and I hope you've been keeping yourself well.
Oh, I like the fun tango music for this. This is gonna turn into the first Puss in Boots cat fight.
Jonas is gonna be like, I was always there. there.
That's for when
you've made
it's the villain revealed.
this campaign is just an extended Puss in Boots reference. Cal literally. Do you think that she noticed Clore talking to May before or was too distracted?
May wasn't hiding it, so
Yeah.
quite the opposite.
We'll say she noticed, and she's like,
I may have even noticed the.
Yeah, Cal turns and is like, at first, like, why the fuck are you approaching? Why is anybody approaching me, let alone, like, with familiarity? And I was like, oh, right, you're, like, one of the few fucking people, on this earth, let alone in this room, who knows what I look like. And she's like, oh, yes, Madame Clore. Yes, it's amazing that you managed to find us on the other side of the world.
Well, it's quite a fun coincidence. That work sent me here. I was expecting this to perhaps not be a very fun time, but everything's better with friends.
I'm so sorry that this wedding was not personally interesting to you.
Well, it was not personally interesting when it was a work trip, but now I think it's a social occasion,
Yes, I'm so sure that it made a big difference getting to see May gladly.
Oh, and yourself and Fish.
What exactly is so intriguing about myself or Fish?
Friends on the other side of the world! Back together again. I mean, we meet in, we meet in China after a meeting in Sudan, and then we come back together. It's like it faded.
I am seeing that you have made overtures of friendship an extended amount of time with Miss Gladly. I don't remember any attempt that you really tried to speak to me before this exact moment. What exactly is your intention?
Give me a insight check.
Calor is a great ship name.
Yeah, it really is.
Why? It's the continuing pattern of stupid nat 20s. That's a nat 20 for a total of 27. You know what? This makes sense, though. Cal
Fish can't recognize
being a hater.
The pausing of the music.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I thought it was paused. Never mind. I was like,
No,
what's Calavan
No,
doing?
that was exactly at the end of the song before it looped. Yeah.
Fish has to have Jacques physically grab them by the neck before they're like, oh hey, I know you. And you guys are just getting everything.
Yeah. I think the Nat 20s just shifted to them today. Yes, Cal is really jealous, and it's like, May, why do you get two partners? Holding the two hot dogs, Mr. May and Kalor.
Yeah. And also that hot dog that fell on the ground. That's all.
Yeah, the hot dog that fell on the ground was when we stepped on. Okay, so that was a nat 20 for a total of 26, you said? 27. Okay. There are some layers to this, I will say. Yeah, alright. First thing you get, right off the bat, you hate that you were smart enough to recognize this. Kalor wants to be friends with you.
Ew.
She does want to be friends with you. She tried to be friends with you previous times you've interacted, and you've always rebuffed her, and she just has not gotten the message. You see that she is someone who is kind of desperate for not just like affection, but acclaim. Somebody who kind of like respects her and likes her for her. So she is kind of, always to a certain extent looking for connections, but especially finding people who don't have like a reason to take advantage of her or, take advantage of her job or her contacts or things like that is rare and great, let alone, young women. And she really wants to be your friend and seems to be talking about May specifically with like the enthusiasm of like meeting a really cool being a freshman in high school and meeting a really cool senior who just like knew all the moves and thought you were interesting, of being like, it's not it. I think with a 26 you don't get like maybe like a like sexual interest in May or something like that, but in like a May is really cool and I really want to be her friend, and she has reacted positively when I gave her attention, and that is enough for me. With a 26 you actually see, and a nat 20, no 27, you see a layer below that. You see that this woman,
She is
desperate
a
for
spy.
attention, is something of the facade. It is genuine, but there is a level below that, which is someone a little more calculating, a little more willing to kind of leverage social relationships. You think that approaching you, approaching May, approaching Fish, friends can be friends and also give you benefits. When you've seen her interacting with other people, it's kind of like just the benefits. I think for the first time, you kind of like, Cal's a hater. So I think when it was like, Kalor has a like kind of important position in the British government, more important than a woman usually had. I mean, they use it for to make her do absolutely shit work that they don't want to do, but technically she's an important person. I think for the first time you kind of see the intelligence behind her that she hides that allowed her to like reach that position of being like, she may be a little ditzy and distractible, and she may be like trying to people please too much, but she's not unintelligent.
Mm-hmm.
As you're kind of like thinking back to everything you know about her and reapplying that, you can kind of see how it's very easy to underestimate her. But being like, even if it's bitch work you don't want to do, she can't be someone that you like send to China to make a really important like business deal if she is not at least decently smart and competent, be able to solve those issues for you. So you see below that facade a little bit to see that it's not ungenuine. It's just that there are deeper layers that she hides, and that as she is talking to you and genuinely seems to be hoping to make a good impression on you and being friendly, you realize that she's smart enough to have noticed you being kind of a bitch to her and is choosing to like set that aside to try to be your friend anyway. She's not unaware that you have been rude, and is trying anyway. But you also notice that she is she as she's been walking up to you, as she was chatting with you, she is also very sensitive to like the energies in the room. She's noticing people, who's talking to who. She's noticing what deals are being made, and she's noticing kind of like what opportunities she can get, maybe with her work, or maybe someone to teach her more magic, because she um, uh, because she seems to struggle with that. But you definitely see a more competent and composed woman than perhaps she pretends to be. But you don't think that it's like fully artifice. It is an exposure of who she is, kind of like in her worst fears rather than who she could be. You also, with noticing that she's like paying attention to the room and watching all this, you see that she is also keeping track of technically her subordinate, Mr. George, who, because the dancing has started, is going around and asking the young women for dances, and a couple of people have taken him up on it. Most people seem to be rejecting him. He is kind of a older man, and he doesn't seem happy about asking them. He's incredibly stiff-backed, like doing it for being formal. It's the thing to do. But and she is perhaps cringing a little bit at him doing this, and you can see her making a note of like who he's talking to, about who she needs to like salvage their reputation with a little bit. So yes, you do see kind of behind the hidden features into the sharper intelligence and insightfulness of this woman.
This is very funny because I was like, this is the most useless Nat 20, but I will say for Cal, this is exactly this is the most important role of the evening. Okay, so I want to talk to you about this, and I don't mean me as the player, as this is what I think the logical conclusion. I think Cal's mindset with good information plus paranoia, her interpretation is this is somebody who's lonely and wants friends, but also has a job, and if she needs to, will basically sell her secrets to the paper.
You don't, even with that insight check, you don't get a sense of like her kind of loyalty dynamic. You don't know if she's like I gave my word and I would die for it, or being like, yes, I do have a price. But definitely you get the sense of somebody who is trying and really, really wants to be a friend and would probably be a good friend, is potentially dangerous, is potentially a dangerous enemy, at least by like intelligence and ability to make connections rather than like magic power necessarily. And Cal being paranoid could kind of be like, okay, if I make friends with her, it's safe. I'm not good at making friends, so therefore she may be dangerous.
Also, the question that would be on Cal's mind, and you can tell me whether or not I'd roll for this or something like that. Does she think if she's smarter than she lets on, and she seems to be having like observed and kind of watching her and her friends, does Cal feel like she's clocked the fucking Padme Amidala thing at all?
With that Nat 20 insight, you don't think it fooled her for a moment.
Fuck! Okay, that shit.
With a Nat 20 insight, you recognize someone who is also very insightful, and therefore is somebody who was able to go like, yeah, she's hiding her face and like her build, but her gait is the same. The body build is the same. Like, I think
that goes cool. I'll kill her.
I think she's like, you're not getting the sense that she's someone who's like time to reveal the secrets or like use this information, but more just like, Miss Claire is trying to pretend she's not this other person. that's fun. And then just kind of like filing that away and moving on. Like it's she noticed it's not really important to her.
Yeah.
And you kind of get the sense of being like, yeah, you know what? You got a nat 20. One of the reasons it never fooled her for a moment is that when you met in China, it's like, all right, there are 3 people here who very famously were part of a investigation team all together, and then a 4th woman who matches the exact physical description of a 4th person in that group, and yet is going by a different name.
And it's like, no, I'm an assistant.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely like maybe even like a like Caligulus doesn't want to go by her dead name kind of thing, of being like, Caligulus is like, my name is Claire, and she was like, okay, I'll call you Claire.
Yeah, Cal takes all of this information in. Because she actually did ask a question of like, what do you want with me and Fish?
If she says, I thought it would be nice to be friends, and I understand that I'm maybe helping you with some investigation stuff, but if you don't want to be friends, that's fine.
Cal having like had this huge shift of being like, here's metal, but stealing people I'm not willing to give up, to, oh, not quite Elise, but a lot more in common with Elise than with metal. She's just like,
I think with the nat 20, you are like someone who from the outside is like another metal. Absolutely true. This could be someone who was like, what if metal was really smart and like maybe 5 degrees more cunning, of being like not like a worse person or anything like that, but just kind of like has the intelligence to back it up to a certain extent, where metal is like, I don't want conflict, and so I'm just gonna not think about it. She's like, I've thought about it and decided it's not worth it. That kind of difference.
Cal kind of like narrows her eyes and then kind of forces herself to visibly relax and goes, my apologies, Miss Calora, you have had me a bit on the back foot. I don't ever appreciate a lot of focused attention. It makes me feel very closed in upon. I don't make friends easily.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I didn't realize. Well, I think that maybe we could have a good relationship or work together, but if you don't want that, or you want to take it slow, or I don't know, whatever you're comfortable with.
Cal goes,
cheese toasty.
Cal raises an eyebrow and goes, assumptive? What are you offering me?
Oh, friendship and company, I suppose.
I have friends. I have company. Cal's like fully like, this is now a business deal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
with
you were like, "Who? I'm gonna be your friend. I'm so cute." Yeah, okay. What are you giving me?
With the nat 20, because I just rolled an insight check for her. With the nat 20, you see the moment where she, for just a second, goes. It says, it just like thinks to herself, "You think you have enough friends? Like you're done with making new friends? Okay." Before like moving on with being like, "Oh, this isn't, a business arrangement or anything, just a social one. If you don't want to be friends, that's okay."
But you want to be friends with me. You don't know anything about me, but you want to be friends with me. Why?
Well, you seemed nice when I met you, and you were friends with May, who was also nice. So,
I'm not nice. I'll tell you that. Do you still want to be friends with me?
would you be nice to me?
Is anybody nearby that is Cal's friend?
I think you see Jamal approaching.
No, she's like,
The-
oh, no.
the bat
That's
signal
biased.
went up.
Yeah. Come get your girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't particularly think I'm nice to my friends, though some would disagree. Jamal.
What are we talking about? Hi.
Am I nice to my
hi.
friends, Jamal?
I think you're very loyal to your friends.
Loyal. I will say loyal. You may get loyalty. I cannot guarantee niceties.
Well, loyalty is really nice, but maybe if you don't think you're very nice to your friends, you should try to be nicer to your friends. Just a thought.
Elno's her eyes. Ah, well, thank you for the unasked for advice, Miss Kalor. We'll see if you're still interested the next time we meet, and see if you have anything better to offer me.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go find someone to dance. You can watch her go from like, oh, you know what? I want to be Cal's friend, and any friend of May's is a friend of mine, and yes, she's a little prickly, but she's all good, to being like, maybe I don't want this. Maybe I'm good. It's not like fully giving up on Cal, but you can see her kind of go, maybe I'm good. But yeah, is Cal so focused on like rejecting Kalora and getting her out of there that you're ignoring the like, oh yeah, I'm helping you with your investigation kind of?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She heard that. She was like, yeah, you think fucking sure.
What, pillow talk with May?
Yeah. Okay. Waits until she's out of earshot and turns to Jamal and is like in French, like poking him in the chest and be like, that woman will sell all of our secrets down to the highest bidder.
Okay. She seemed nice when we met her. If you think that she's dangerous, that's okay.
When did you meet her?
Oh, there was the sorry, this is Patrick fucking up.
Yeah, I was like, ah.
No, he didn't meet her. He wasn't on the China trip. I guess it would just be like, oh, you've talked about her before, or May's talked about her,
Yeah.
being like, oh, she seemed nice when May talked about her. Guess she's not, so let's not do that. As Kalor steps out, you see her pretty much instantly in a conversation with another person, a older society gentleman who is clearly talking to her for politeness' sake, although she seems excited to be talking to this guy. As Jamal says, I know you don't really want to kind of draw attention to yourself, but I was thinking that Abbot Denier has been gone for a little while. Maybe she needs to make another appearance. Did you want to, I don't know, maybe dance?
What would be you want to dance with the abbot specifically?
Well, I mean, I want to dance with you, and I don't think you would be comfortable dancing as yourself or like this version of yourself in front of everybody.
I'm not dancing. The abbot is never going to be dancing.
Okay, well, I just thought that I just thought it would be
I
nice
mean,
to
we can
dance at Med's wedding.
dance. We can dance like if I mean, I don't think people are going to be staring at my face that much.
Okay, then let's dance. He like jumps on the offer being given to you. I want you both to give me a performance check as you spin out.
I like how you say
into,
both.
the
Like I'm
temple.
gonna roll for Jamal.
Nope,
I
I'm
will give
rolling for Jamal.
I'll give Jamal guidance.
That's very nice. Jemine's is a D4.
It's just a +4, I think. Let me double check that. Did I not write that down? I did not. Let me just check the Google. Yeah, guidance D&D. Yeah, it's a 1d4.
It is-
Never mind.
The 1d4. Okay, yeah. All right. With a +0, that is a total of 12.
Good job, baby boy. You said performance?
Yep.
A dirty 20 for Cal.
Dirty 20. Elise did not allow you to not learn how to dance.
Yeah.
There was years and years of pain of just her forcing you to go like, okay, it's Wednesday night, this is your dance lesson, and Cal going, no, Elise finding you hidden in the bathroom, finding you disappearing into the deeper caves, always finding you because it was dance time and you fucking hated it, but you did do it. I think Cal's dance has a very like rigid formality to it. She's certainly not feeling the music or like enjoying herself or anything like that, but it is very technically competent. As she has a slow dance with a couple twists and turns with Jamal. I think with her experience, Cal ends up leading a little bit, just kind of taking the male role in the dance, as Jamal does not fall and does not like fuck Cal up in any major ways, but does stumble a little bit, does step on her toes a little bit, just not the most dexterous guy.
Yeah. Also, the height difference. Difficult.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you have Jamal, at least for some moments, held very close. And he seems to be enjoying it.
I think Cal is probably too focused on not fucking up to talk very much. But I think she'll say, make some comments like for metal.
Jamal, in order to make up for the height difference, sort of like laid his head on top of yours, because that also allows him to like slightly crouch down. And he says, of course, she would have been sad if we weren't dancing. At her wedding, you know.
I mean, the wedding's not till tomorrow.
I know.
I feel so bad
still.
for her. He's a fucking... Pardon my language. Just, ugh.
Yeah, he is.
Eyes that can't stay forward.
Yeah. No, I don't know that I would make the choice that Metal is making, and I don't really understand why she is, but, you know, it's not our choice to make.
I mean, money. Security. Not being disowned by her family.
I suppose, but is that worth it?
For many people,
This is like...
it's very romantic to
Yeah, this is like-
being...
fundamental moral disconnect between Cal and Jamal of he's like, you know, you should really try to do the right thing, and Cal's like, oftentimes it's more beneficial to do the wrong thing.
Cal says, yes, I mean, it's a romantic idea to think that she'll be whisked away by some lovely young man or young lady and not have to marry into all of this, but she'll have no family left. She'll be penniless. She'll have no security. She might be have assassins sent after her.
I think, better penniless and happy than rich and unhappy. What's the point if it doesn't make you happy, right?
I'm glad your family has always taken such good care of you.
Right. Yeah.
Chris is on the sidelines looking at this whole thing like,
And she doesn't mean it to be like super bitchy, but is kind of like the nicest way of being like, boy, you are fucking privileged, and I don't know if I picked up on that before.
As you kind of like not fully spin apart, but are no longer dancing quite so close after this comment. As the sort of current dance comes to an end, you hear, do you mind if I cut in? And Metal is behind you.
Cal is like offering her Jamal, but is not sure if that's what she means.
She's going up to take your hand.
Okay.
You can see that same-sex dances seem to be occurring somewhat here.
Okay.
It's not as
they were gonna have a gay wedding, so
yeah, it's not as strictly gender regimented. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, his sister is the best man, so like I think we're fine.
Yeah.
Here.
But it is important to notice that his sister is the best man, and no other like gender fuckery for Metal side of being like they have the power, so they're allowed to kind of like have that in a way that Metal isn't necessarily. But yeah.
What's the equivalent of bridal party? Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Patrick.
Groomsman. I said that.
Groomsman. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So no party. Oh, that's fun. When
it's sometimes called the groom's party, but sometimes the bridal party refers to everyone in the party who's not the bride and groom. It depends.
Cal, of course, takes Metal's hand and turns to Jamal and goes, maybe you should go speak with the groomsmen. Just have a chat with them. Man to man.
Yeah.
Fish has come up and like, dance with me track day.
Clocks this and is like, I don't know.
Yeah. Sure. Fish, let's dance.
You thought I was being serious.
Did you genuinely do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Jamal looks like he wants to hit you or maybe cry, and then stomps off the dance floor.
I calculate fish.
What? He wouldn't actually want to dance with me.
He said yes.
Yeah, that. Good joke on his part. I'm laughing. Should I go say sorry?
No, I sent him off on a mission. You're just being weird and contentious for no reason.
No reason at all. All right. Have a nice dance.
Fish walks out to the middle of the dance floor to be a passive-aggressive bitch and then walks away.
Yep.
Carol apologizes to Metal and goes, I'm sorry for their behavior.
Maybe it's tough seeing you dance with people. I don't know.
What? See.
Well, because
what are you talking about?
Well, because Fish likes to be the center of attention.
Right.
Yeah. So Fish isn't.
They can dance.
Fish isn't dancing with anyone, and it's not Fish's wedding, so that must be hard.
No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. But they can go find someone to dance to instead of making fun of Jamal.
Yeah, that was not nice. You've kind of like been like swaying, drifting together, and then kind of like go into the dance as you're discussing this. First of all, because you were talking about reputation, I wanted to add that Cal got a little bit of a bump for a successful and positive dance, as did Jamal, and that May fully got a bump from +3 into the +4 bracket because of a very successful, yes, being sexy, but also a very successful conversation with Mr. May, who has sort of everyone's attention and everybody's looking for his positive regard, and May has it. As Fish storms off, is there anyone you seek out? Gonna do a dance with Niello that's passive aggressive and also sexy, or anything like that?
Well, how quickly did Jamal get out of there?
Jamal is clearly upset and is like looking around for someone he knows or could talk to distract him. It's probably heading towards center.
Okay, no, then
That's the squad.
Fish goes after him and says, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, that was a bad joke."
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no,
I don't know why you're such an asshole to me, Fish.
It's playful ribbing.
I don't find it very playful.
No? Then dance with me after all.
I don't think I want to anymore. And Jamal turns and is going to go like get a snack or a drink or something.
Jamal will remember that.
Yeah, Jamal will remember that. As
do you think I beefed it?
you have to go like find center. Center is not right here, but you
No.
go center.
Just yell
Center.
up.
Center.
Did I beef it?
No, you're probably paying attention. Yes, Fish, you beefed it. Damn it!
I didn't see what happened, but yeah, you beefed it. I wish I could say that Fish was a bit more like, "Oh man, I hurt Jamal's feelings," but they are just a bit like, that happened.
Yeah, unfortunately. As Metal and Cal come together in a much less like touching and holding each other version of dancing, still dancing, give me another performance roll for Cal.
Okay, and this is +1 now?
Yes. No, it's still +0 actually. You haven't quite reached the threshold to go into +1.
Getcha.
Metal, however, has had a successful winning, so she's about there. Okay.
It's a 12 for me.
A 12. Oh my god, baby girl. Okay. Between this being her wedding and her natural performance, Metal has a +9, which doesn't make up for the fact that was a natural one.
Oh
no! So, Metal does not hurt you severely while you're dancing. She is very wooden. Not even totally in rhythm or in time, clearly very distracted. You find that you have to kind of like pull her a little closer, just because otherwise she has more opportunities to accidentally kick you or kind of like flail out of rhythm and be more awkward. I think you're maybe trying to like save her reputation here a little bit.
Yeah, Cal like literally like uses shadows to like pick her up and like right her.
Mm-hmm.
Cal is going to like lean in to like be whispering distance, be like, "Are you all right?"
You are still dancing, although much like slower, more just kind of like stepping in place so you can whisper. Metal looks up at you, and you start to see the tears misting her eyes, and she goes, "Colliginous?
Yeah.
Colliginous, I can't do this. This is such a
You
mistake.
don't have to. You don't have to.
I do
Nothing
have
is signed. No, nothing is signed. We can go.
I can't just break this engagement. I can't.
You can. You can be. We can kidnap you.
Man. Would you do that?
Maybe we could get your. Maybe we can get your ransom, and then we can pretend we killed you, and then you could have the ransom to be able to start a new life.
But then, no, we can't do that because you get in.
Also, this conversation is in French.
Yes. No, it is very much a secret conversation in the middle of the dance floor, but still a secret conversation.
Yeah.
You get in trouble, and the anchorages would go after you. And
I wouldn't kidnap you. We could have, I don't know, Sinner kidnap you. Sinner already has a reputation. Sinner was hired by, I don't know, an enemy of your aunt's.
I don't want
He
Sinner to
kidnaps
get in
you.
trouble.
Sinner is in so
Taz?
much trouble already. Sinner would not mind adding another trouble to his back. I guarantee it.
Okay, well,
And Cal does actually mean that in a, like, Sinner likes you. Sinner would be like, yeah, whatever. I have so many bounties on my head.
Sinner's like, if we get away with this without, like, the police thinking I'm involved, fine. The anchorages want to send assassins after me? What else is new? Metal is incredibly sad, and the House of Cards has started to fall apart. The rehearsal made it too real. Seeing Grave not even pretend to care about her brought it too close to home. She doesn't think she can do this anymore. She has stretched too far and too deeply. Let me ask you a question. Did you tell Metal about Chantilly?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, Ink backed me up, but I'm 90% sure I did on camera.
Metal knows all about the reflections, yeah.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure. As
She knows that they're living in a commune in China. She
And I
doesn't
think I
know
mentioned
that,
the bangs.
Yes,
Yeah.
the bangs.
as she is whispering to you about, like, we can just kidnap you, it's fine. She says, remember how you told me about, I guess, Reflection Me? What did you say she was doing?
She's an investigator for the equivalent of the Chinese sanctuary.
That's all I wanted to do.
I
I've
know.
been thinking about her a lot.
I mean, statistically, she probably likes you too.
You think?
Fish and Ezekiel get along fairly well, and based on the general personality of the reflectant, the exception of May, that seems to be the pattern. Kekno and the other Kekno get along, and Ezekiel
get along-
Fish.
You get along with the other cow?
Not remotely, but that's my personality.
Okay. I can't do this anymore. Metal, darling, there's someone I need you to meet. Coming, Anticade.
Cal gives her a quick kiss on the cheek, says, have your sending stones with you?
No.
Okay, try to not get out of our sight, and try to not to get out of our sights. I'll let the others know. Worst case scenario, just go to Sinner. Sinner will understand instinctively, and he'll just start kidnapping you on the spot, honestly.
Yeah, okay.
Just say, pick me up, Sinner, and I think he'll understand.
Okay.
Just pretend to be
Thank you.
knocked out. That's the backup. If we can't get it, if you can't, then just run to Sinner. Pretend he passed you. He knocked you out, okay?
Thank
He
you.
probably knows where to go from there.
Thank you. Lady Vaunt, now.
rubs her back. Can I cast, just like as a cute thing, cast guidance to give her like help on whatever her next roll is going to be?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, does a quick prayer.
Spark, a little spark of guidance as you pray over her. Metal steps away. You probably find yourself thinking about how sad this is and having to kidnap Metal, and then realize you're just kind of standing in the middle of the dance floor, and somebody is approaching you. But first, I want to see what's happening with Fish and May.
I was going to. It's all right if this doesn't work, but my idea was that Fish continued to watch from the sideline the dance, and I wanted to argue that because they know both these women very well, that even though this is a secret conversation, that they could roll with advantage to be like, "Oh, we're getting Metal out of here right now."
Oh yeah, even if Fish doesn't speak French, I think Cal especially does not hide her facial expressions, and somebody who doesn't know her will be like, "She's talking very animatedly," and Fish would be like, "Okay, kidnap." Now she's talking about Sinner. I recognize that expression. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
The look of disgust that crossed her
actively
face.
crying.
She's talking about me or Sinner?
Yep.
She motioned tall. It's Sinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say give me an insight check with advantage.
Not 20.
Wow.
Nat 20. All right. That is excellent. Yes, with a nat 20, you don't necessarily know like kidnapping is the plan, although it is kind of a logical conclusion. You're like, Metal's extremely upset. She's asking Cal for help. Cal is reassuring her. There is something is going to happen that I'm going to be ready for. With that nat 20, you are instantly like, okay, who's on our side? We've got Jacques can make a distraction in some part, or maybe he can actually do the extraction and do the kidnapping. He's already got a route outside through the kitchens. Sinner has been looking really concerned, and he went in the back area. Maybe Sinner knows a way out that way. Okay, Cal is over here. May is over here talking to this people. Maybe we do a May distraction, or maybe a May and Goaf distraction. They've probably both got grenades, right? And just like instantly like listing all the assets, figuring out who's on your side. Tone can help. Tone
would love to help.
Tone would fucking love to help. You just are instantly like, okay, list our assets. These are the people I need to talk to. I'm not officially in on the plan. Obviously, I need to like talk to Cal to see what we're doing, but we're doing something, and I'm ready. And also, with that nat 20, you see that as Metal steps away and Cal is left alone on the dance floor, there is a man approaching her. He is stopping and sort of making like dance reservations with other people as he passes. But with the nat 20, you can see that he has like picked Cal out and is sort of like subtly angling towards her so that he is always going to be headed towards her to talk to her. And to answer Mooney's question, I don't think this party officially has dance cards. I think if anybody was going to bring a dance card on the assumption that that was necessary, it would be Cal.
It's true. Does Fish know this person?
Mr. George.
Okay.
And with that nat 20, as Cal probably watches Metal walk away and then turns and makes eye contact with you, about to be like, let's meet up and have a plan. Mr. George clears his throat instead of Cal and says, my lady, would you care for a dance?
Fish
What's that gonna be?
bolts over there. And like slides in like, oh, I just, I'm already on the card. Sorry, just got a card there. I'm already right there.
Yeah, she's got it on her wrist because I think those are so cute. And she checks it and she's like, oh my god, what's apologies in French?
Désolé?
Yeah. Oh, désolé. I already am marked with and this is a pure improv for her going, Cleric Snapper.
Give me a
Yep,
sleight of hand check.
Me or Ink?
Both of you.
Oh no.
Mm.
6.
I have +6 to sleight of hand.
Yep.
You'll do
Which
better
is
than
8,
me.
so that's 18.
Okay. With an 18, you do manage to slip in between them before Cal, who's like, "Oh, my dance card," and is like kind of accidentally offering her hand because she's gonna show the dance card. Before he takes it, you kind of slip in and take her hand and get her in a position to start dancing. Cal fails to hide the fact that her dance card is obviously entirely blank.
That's fine because this just makes Mr. George think they're like having an affair.
Yeah.
They're just really into each other.
And you know what? Since she started, Fish is coming up with the story right away and goes, "Oh yeah, well, I mean, it may not be physically written down, but the abbot of our temple has approved this match, and so like we kind of have to."
Cal fully blushes.
My apologies. Enjoy your dance. And sort of steps back and is still watching you. So you gotta start.
Okay. And Fish goes, "Hi, sorry, I didn't get to ask, but we're doing this."
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate this. We should probably make it look good.
I tried to apologize to your boyfriend, but he said no.
Well, I appreciate that you tried, and maybe, do you want me to talk to Jamal? Do you want to be friends with Jamal? I never really got that impression.
No.
Yeah. Alright, so you just
No,
don't be
but
friends.
he...
Do you want to be friends with
he's
Jamal?
your
I want to fuck
boyfriend.
Jamal. Being nice is not part of it.
Cal knows that they can't talk too long without dancing, so she kind of gets some position. I think she instinctively
yeah.
goes to lead, like she did with Jamal.
And they also go to lead, and it's like,
You got crashed into each other, yeah.
Cal laughs a little bit awkwardly and then corrects herself.
Okay. Fish has a lead, puts hand on her waist, and has no thoughts about it.
Yeah, they're very normal.
We doing rolls?
Give me a performance check for both of you.
Faye is locked in. Faye's like, give me a piece of paper!
I want to acknowledge
I just catch this.
that I am remembering to do exhaustion.
Good.
Oh, good job.
So that's -1 to the roll. Although again, this does still include Fish's +2 from the reputation.
Oh, I haven't been including that.
Yeah, so it's +1 now, essentially.
Okay.
Did Cal move at all with the Dance with Metal?
The Dance with Metal put you up right at the cusp of going into +1, but you're not quite there yet.
Then it's a
Metal
12.
did not score dance enough. did not score well enough to be able to compensate.
26.
So normal! Cal's like, where do I put my hands? What am I doing? Blah, blah. And Finch is like, I haven't ever thought about this and how I would compensate for your height and your nervousness at all!
And so you put your hand right here, and your other one right here, and don't worry, and I've got you.
as
Cal
you
feels guilty.
continue to chat in soft sighs as you spin across the dance floor. Fish, at least, dancing incredibly lively with vim and vigor, and Cal trailing behind. What happens when the moves take you in close?
I just go quiet.
Oh my god.
But I'm over here to be like, I'm here to rescue you. Also, guess what? Jackrabbit's here. But they're not talking.
Yeah. I just want you to know, Ink, I did roll a 7 on this, so I've caught your 7-11 curse.
Thank you. Do I get a Slurpee?
Yeah. Patrick got a Slurpee the other day. Maybe we're sponsored by 7-Eleven now.
Maybe.
Oh my god. They do
Show
have
up with a
Krispy
blue
Kreme donuts there, and I do like those.
Cal is so unused to Fish not talking. She's so used to them just like not being able to shut up, and she's just like focusing really hard, like looking at her feet and being very awkward and just being incredibly overwhelmed and hyper focused on her body and Fish's body. And then she has like a sudden resolution. She pops her head up and probably like nearly knocks Fish in the face and goes, "Oh, we're going to assist Metal with some preparations."
Yeah, Jackrabbit's here.
Oh,
Yeah,
ew.
we're ready
to get
No,
her.
we're ready to go. No, not to
we
get her. He just happens to be here.
Oh, happens
Yeah.
to be here.
Leave her
Well,
alone.
you know how it goes. You know how last time it was all Second Dawn? Well, it's just that again, because these people are terrible at security.
You're right. Happens to be here. I'm sure he didn't volunteer to get the young girl.
Well, look,
It's
you know.
so funny that this relationship is like both Metal and Jackrabbit being like, I'm kind of obsessed with that person, and then being like, isn't there someone you forgot to ask? And Cal's like,
The legend is steady air. I
Just like
consent,
that
I
with
consent.
everybody,
I
baby.
don't.
You have to ask the abbot for consent for marriage.
She has not blessed this union.
as you are sharing that you are going to need to kidnap Metal and the Jackrabbit's here, I think Cal, still very hyper aware of her body, realizes that with Fish's 26, every time Cal like starts to stumble or places a foot wrong and like steps on Fish's shoe or something, Fish is able to, the combination of just lifting up and guiding, sort of glide her to the next position. She accidentally almost kicks Fish's foot and just finds herself off the ground for a split second until her feet are in a better position. Just Fish effortlessly compensating for you.
Yeah, Cal's momentarily distracted from kidnapping plans.
And we're gonna do a twirl around the thing as well, and then maybe a spin out also. It's nice. It's a choreography.
Yeah.
Jamal is not here.
Jamal's just like Jamal's
could've
hopefully
been
getting
you.
drunk because Fish was mean.
Yeah, do you share the information about kidnapping plot? Try
She
to
doesn't want to
brainstorm?
say too much, and also
Yeah.
knows that Fish doesn't need to. She's like, I thought maybe she should go with Sinner for advice. Thanks. Wow. You are experienced
You're
with this.
doing good. No, you're doing good. Ah.
Thank you.
You put on weight. I mean that is a positive thing. You were very thin when we met. Like not okay thin.
Yeah. Well,
don't notice things about
relatively
me, Fish.
sure you're not supposed to comment on that.
Okay, but I mean it in a nice way, and also you don't care about that stuff.
I don't particularly like being noticed.
Okay, well then I won't tell you about your hair or your dress or any other sort of thing.
Good.
As the current song starts to wind down and the dance ends, you turn out to notice quite a bit of the crowd politely clapping at your skilled dance as you are the focus of attention. Even a couple of the other dancers have paused to give you a short applause before continuing the dance, including near you, Niello and her husband, who is giving a little bit of a sardonic look, but giving very polite applause, and turns to her husband to say, they've always been a good dancer. It's one of the few redeeming qualities. And as you are the center of attention and having pulled off this excellent dance, you look out of the crowd. Is May watching?
Where would she be at this moment? Is this while she was talking to Mr. May?
No, this is after Mr. May. You actually had a moment to have your own dance or chat with somebody else before this happened, so there is a little bit of time fuckery. But yes, you finish your conversation with Mr. May and can kind of be doing whatever you want to.
Should I roll perception?
Sure.
Do you need to?
Most
you
people
have
in
eyes?
this part of the room have seen this. This is a very low check.
Oh, yeah, well, that's like a 15 for May. Oh, sorry, no, I didn't count the bonus. That's a 19 for May. So, yeah, I think she...
I think May has stopped and has seen this dance taking place and sees kind of the end of it, and almost out of instinct seeks out Sinner and sees him the edge of the crowd, looking at the two of them dancing, and you give each other a little bit of a smirk as you make eye contact before you remember that you're mad at each other.
That's cute. Fish is
Sinner pulls out of his suit jacket a little mini trapper keeper.
Yeah.
I still wear the ring. I still have the binder.
Binder. I keep that shit on me.
Fish maybe enjoys the attention a bit too much, and Cal's totally mortified, but they're like, "Hey, take a bow," and still hold her hand for just a little bit too longer, and just is totally caught in the moment, and looks at her and goes, "You still can't imagine, can you?" As in reference to their Christmas conversation, you couldn't imagine being with me.
Yeah, Cal, I think, has not fully hid her face in their jacket sleeve, but has at least with some hair and stuff like that, and maybe the shawl is up a little bit, has tried to hide her face as much as possible, and genuinely just so overwhelmed, goes, "Imagine what?" Oh. Right, so Metal, do we need to do you need more details? Should we keep going? Or
no,
maybe
I
we
led
can
just
go.
now you take over.
Right, okay. Okay. And Cal is going to try to lead, but also try to you know what? No, she'll fully use magic about being no, you guys can stop fucking looking at it. To cast a form of darkness just to make the room dim.
Is she continuing to dance? Because they meant the plan to get Metal out.
I like that as a funny thing where she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll start leading," and then Fish says that. And
yeah, it's no, I meant the plan.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right. Well, how about I go find the others and we talk about the sinner thing to as many people as possible.
Oh, sure. Gareth's in on it, by the way.
Oh, all right. Then we've got quite a number to help.
Yeah, we do.
Good. Good work.
It's totally done. Yeah. Thank you.
Good. Yeah. Thank you.
Do one or both of you want to make perception checks? And do you think you are too focused on each other to do it flat and might have to do it with disadvantage? It depends how each of you are focused on each other versus the crowd, because this is a perception check for the crowd.
Cal is very focused on Fish and is like trying to block out the crowd, but I think at some point would be like quick glance over the shoulder. Is anybody making fun of me?
Okay. Then that would be a perception check with disadvantage.
Fish
And
doesn't
what about
give a fuck.
Yeah.
Not even gonna try. You got it.
Except, like, maybe glance over. Oh, hey, Nia, how's it going? I got better. Did you see?
You can make direct eye contact with Niello, who's not that far from you, and give her kind of a smile, and you see her. You see her mouth. I taught you well. She like takes credit for it. What's Cal's perception check?
12.
12. 12 is enough to see May and Sinner staring at you, and enough to see a very hurt and jealous Jamal standing on the sidelines. This dance was a little too good, a little too intimate, especially after his dance that he kind of fucked up.
Hey, I gave you guidance, buddy.
Yeah.
And also, I rolled way better with you than I did with Metal or Fish.
No, but he just seems sad. It doesn't seem like he like blames you or is like, how could you cheat on me? He's just sad and jealous. I think with a 12, because she's not trying to hide it, you can also see Kalor on the sidelines looking between you and Fish and going, interesting, like she's putting something together.
All the people that Cal checks for. Her bestie. The guy she hates. The guy she loves. The girl she hates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Metal, whatever she was doing, is just like, I love my friends. They get along so well. We've come such a far way.
Oh. I don't think she would look for...
see Metal. Metal has been like dragged away to have a horrible conversation with a man who looks like he's 100 years old.
That's what I'm worried about. I don't think Cal would look for Claire and Jesse, but I feel like they'd be like...
And Jesse Jesse's been there for some of these more contentious interactions, so she's like, oh, fucking knew it.
Claire would be like, and Jesse would be like,
Cal leaps away from Fish and is like, right, so is there anybody you want to talk to? And I'll talk to someone else.
Oh, Torn, I'll let him in on it.
All right. Done. Mission start. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good luck. Yeah. Bye. Yeah.
Rinse away. Runs at Sinner.
And Fish, is marching away, looking at the floor, I hate weddings. I hate weddings. I hate weddings. I hate weddings. I hate them.
We cut to John and Kekano, throwing the popcorn, going...
the bullet's on the ground, and there's popcorn everywhere, going...
it's that, it's the reaction image where it's the guys, and then they're...
and then they stand up and they're cheering, yeah.
It's like the whole group of, I think they're Filipino guys in the white shirt, and they're like, ah! It's a gift.
Yes. Did May want to be doing anything during the Metal and or Cal Fish dance?
I think she's probably taking a moment and was initially like surveying, all right, who's the next target, and then got distracted by watching this dance, which is not what she ever thought she would see between Fish and Gal. So yeah, just kind of sipping from like some champagne or something, taking in the room.
All right. I didn't say it out loud, but after that dance, Fish has moved up to +3 and Cal's moved up to +1.
Woo!
And
Nice.
yeah, it's time to kind of get this conspiracy rolling. Unless you want to have another dance with somebody else, as I think just after the Cal Fish dance and Mr. George comes up to May and is like, "They're quite impressive. Do you want to give it a try?"
Be so funny if everyone else is just seeing this and it's like, no, dancing's over.
Pack it
Yeah,
up.
compete. We're done.
I can't quite remember what's May's impression of Mr. George, because frankly he's so forgotten he exists until you bring him up again.
Yes, which is honestly purposeful.
Yeah.
But yes, Mr. George, from what you remember, Sinner's assessment of him, which was like a security assessment of like, a veteran soldier who is now kind of retired to social service, doesn't seem to have like anybody who likes him or coworkers that speak well of him. Obviously, from your experience, very resentful of Galore for being like younger than him and having a higher position and being his boss. Possibly with an aspect of also like because she's a woman, but maybe not. And yeah, just very like, for May context specifically, it's that very like someone who is not part of the aristocracy, someone who like is from a poor family but has like dedicated themselves to like going to a good school and like trying to seem kind of posh in a way that's honestly like worse than being authentic, regardless of what direction that would take you. Yeah.
Well, I don't think May particularly wants to dance with him. She's going to look around to see if there's someone she pretends to dance to.
I mean, Mr. May is entirely not dancing. He's just like set up court at one of the tables, and people are coming over and seemingly like making deals with him or with some of his associates. They have sort of spread out more and are chatting with the others. So if May wants to be like, "No, I've got to dance with that guy," and then go like all the way across the room and get someone who's obviously not dancing, you can. Other than that, I don't know that there is anybody other than Sinner who is pretty close and available, who you would be available to dance with. And I think Sinner sees your distress and has started.
I'm gonna say sees the automatic look around. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything you say to Mr. George?
Yeah, I think May says, "Oh, Mr. George, it's so lovely to see you. I'm terribly sorry though. I was actually waiting for another gentleman to come back who wanted to dance with me." And gestures at Sinner.
May, there you are. Are you ready for that dance?
I would love nothing more. Gritted teeth, Keira Knightley smile.
Takes her hand and starts walking out to the dance floors. Mr. George looks very disappointed.
Sorry, buddy. You're too cringe for me.
Yep. As Sinner leads you out onto the floor,
Patrick, is there anything you want to check?
Okay, please let me read it for the recording since I wrote it. May looks out into the crowd. It parts. A handsome man who is entirely pitch black and on fire. James Spader voice.
Hello,
Thank you.
May.
On your dance card for me, Miss Gladly. Yeah, Jonas actually made himself a little dance card made out of like flickering flame because he saw Cal do it and he was like, "That's cool."
It's important at an event to accessorize. Sinner takes you out onto the floor, but does not take you to like the center. It just kind of like takes you to the side where it's like you're on the dance floor. You can dance for as long enough as you need the excuse.
I want to say real quick, Cal was running after Sinner, intending to be like, probably saw him go to the dance floor and like, I don't want to fucking see you dance with somebody. No. We're gonna talk about kidnapping someone. And then sees it's May, and literally she's so obviously like, and then like storms off to talk to someone else.
You briefly make eye contact with Mr. George, who's still there, who's like, and Cal's like, nope. Just leaves.
Cal fully like stomps her foot when she sees this, and I think if May and Sinner see this, and she's like, God damn it.
Then as you go to chat with somebody else to do your kidnapping plot, let's get performance checks from May and Sinner.
Mm-hmm. So that wasn't that 20.
Oh, yes. I was about to make the joke like just
You're
do
trying
better
to
than me.
manifest it.
Dude,
Which
do better than me. You can do it.
with
love
May's
that
like
it's like-
bonuses, 29.
Fish is
Yeah.
like, ooh, sexy dance. And May's like, ooh, sexy dance. And Cal's like, I used all of my energy being a hater towards this fucking woman. That's the important part of this wedding. Being a hater.
All right. Sinner is going to use his dexterity to add to his dance, as he's not like formally trained other than in kind of like hoedowns and line dancing. If they put on Cotton Eye Joe, he is going to tear it the fuck up. But for right now, he's just trying to go off, body ability. Okay, not terrible. That is a 12, and Sinner has -1, so it's 11. That's the
Dragging me down with him. Yeah, even though he's like twice her weight. Oh god.
As you start up, what is May thinking about that gets her to that 29?
I think May is deep in the I'm going to show you that I am so fine and this means nothing to me. I'm more chill than I've ever been in my life, and also look at what you bring. That's the vibe.
Because I gave her a fluffy wrap in my art, can we say that she like smoothly throws off her fluffy wrap and like throws it at Kalor?
Yeah. Sure.
Kalor catches it and gives you a big thumbs up. As you approach Sinner and are about to start to dance, you are like coming up close, rolling in, tugging the dress down to show even more, dancing against him, leg out, wrapped around. You fully dip Sinner at one point. May is sex on a stick right now. Absolutely the hottest fucking thing in the entire room. And Sinner is
some guy
is trying to keep up, at least dance wise. You can see you on him he's feeling electric. Every touch is sending shivers through him as he has eyes only for you. As you dance.
Poor bastard.
As you dance. As you dance. You're focused on Sinner, on showing him what he's missing out on showing him what he's given up. And as the movements get a little angrier, a little more aggressive, but no less sexy, you have eyes just for him. So you don't notice everybody else slowly stopping the dance and the band shifting into a faster rhythm to keep up with you. As we are going to do a persuasion roll for May.
As in me persuading whoever. Okay. Not awful, actually. 18.
Okay.
Can I, sorry, Patrick, before you tell me the outcome, can I ask what it's for?
This is May is not focusing on the room at large, but this is the effect of the room at large.
Okay. I was just thinking whether I wanted to burn a flash of genius. No, I don't. 18 is fine.
Okay. With an 18, although May does not notice it in this time, it will absolutely have an effect. May is now the hot item. There are a lot of couples that are going to be leaving early because wives got jealous, and those that are not leaving early, there are going to be a lot more men who want to talk to May, and some women,
Sure.
because May is so hot. May is the hottest person at this party. There is no denying it.
Elise is profoundly jealous.
Yeah. Yes. Elise honestly was probably having conversations with people during the Calfish dance, and then like came over because people were clapping, and she was like, "Somebody's getting attention that's not me," just in time to see May and Sinner come out. Yes, Cal fortunately was able to avoid her sister seeing that, I will say. I'm going to do a quick roll with that persuasion check. Okay. She doesn't hide it very well. You can see if you glance out during a spin, you can see maybe Kalor is interested in May sexually for the first time. It was the first time she's like, "Oh, actually,
Yeah.
maybe." You know,
I reckon May would be like generally glancing around every now and then, for sure. Like early on, at least, anyway.
As the dance deepens and Sinner's movements start to get a little more possessive, a little more aggressive, he leans into you as you spin him, because May is fully leading, and he growls at her in an undertone. "I'm gonna save you, May. I'm gonna get this thing out of your head."
At what point is this in the dance?
Near the end.
Okay.
Like
May-
full motion, everybody is paying attention to you. May has busted out is almost about to do the sexy finisher.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I think May does the sexy finisher, whether it's a dip or whatever. And then says, "Mr. Drum, I have no idea what you're talking about." In her head is like, great. They fucking, like, Fish has gotten onto him about the fucking Remnant too. Great.
As you
and she would say, "And besides, I don't know why you're rather so concerned when you broke up with me." And then, like, we'll lift him out of the dip, like, incline her head and, like, thank you for the dance, and then walk away.
As you are walking away, you hear Sinner say, a little loud to kind of catch your back, "When I what?" As you ignore him and keep going.
Can't.
Folk.
this image of Cinna being like, that was so hot. I love her so much. I'm going to make everything right. And then her being like, so what's all this about?
Yeah. Cinna's like, God, I wish this wasn't private so we could fuck right now. But I can't because she's possessed and that doesn't have consent. She's like, but we're actually broken up and not together anymore. What?
Doing the math, gif of like middle-aged woman doing the math flying past.
Uh-huh.
God, poor Boston.
As Sinner kind of walks out of the ring of dancing in a haze, it seems like the dancing has sort of ended. That was the finisher for everybody. 2 really good dances in a row. Nobody's going to compete with that. They're all just kind of drifting away and getting food or whatever. I need May to roll me evens or odds. Just pick one and roll a d6.
Oh, d6, okay. Let's go evens. Oh, hold on. That literally, with my dice, it literally landed on the edge of the bullet. Let me go again. That's better. That's even.
Okay, and that's what you guessed? Even?
Yeah.
You just make it over the border into +5.
Oh,
The highest possible.
Mr. May! Girly pop! Time to sign that contract.
It's your wedding now.
Let's get you out of that suit. I'm sure they have beds here.
He's 10.
No, just grab the microphone and stand up and be like, who's in the Maharu? You know?
My door is open for business!
I'm here to do sexy dances for any wedding or other occasion, including Maharu meetings. Yeah, as the dance floor is breaking up, May passes by Elise, who is kind of seething, and then goes to the guy she was talking to, and fully grabs his arm and kind of crouches so that pulls his arm right into the cleavage to be like, so what were you telling me about? And yeah, that's the end of our dancing segment. As the dance breaks up, people go to food or eating. Do you want to start talking to the others about kidnapping plot?
Yes.
Yes. Cal got a drink when Cinder and May were dancing. Also got a drink for May. Mostly because she watched the sexy dance and was expecting May to be like, and being like, don't go, don't do it, don't go back to your toxic ex.
Oh, don't do it.
No.
Broke up with him for a reason.
Just focus on that. Yes.
May taking a sip oh, being a toxic ex is such thirst.
But yeah, Cal got them both drinks. I don't know, maybe ate a little bit of cake. She was feeling lightheaded. I don't know why. So maybe is sitting at a table and kind of waiting for May to be done.
Yeah, I think actually rather than May doing the in the titty, so what were you talking about? I would actually see Cal and be like, thank God. Kill this.
You pass by Kalor, who is just very quickly like, May, that was so impressive. Can you teach me that? That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think May's I would love nothing more. We'll organize it later when we get to that meeting at the
yeah.
And then
Don't stand me up like you did our last date.
I shaved my whole body for this.
The One Direction concert. I'm glad that joke worked for you guys. I said it and I was like,
Love a good One Direction concert meme. Being sold to One Direction. Lord says, "I am for sale."
Just be nice to me.
But yeah, you see Cal, and you can go over to chat with her. And does that mean Fish wants to grab Sinner?
Oh, Fish catches Gove's eye wherever he is and does the and then also like finds Tone in the crowd, or at least like thinks really loudly like, "Hey bitch, I know you're listening," even if he's not.
How
But
do
yeah,
I
is
do a
cons-
miscommunication roll? How do I do a miscommunication roll? I think that is persuasion check with disadvantage because it's not
Every sensitive in the room looks around like,
Fish starts several fights by accident.
am I rolling or you rolling?
No, you rolling.
Okay.
I want to see if what you communicated got to go, because I don't think that's how he would interpret essentially the hand signs of "we are a go" for kidnapping.
Okay.
It's like, what
even though he
impressive
agreed to
interpretive
them,
dance.
it's like, oh, not as good as the one that you did just with Danielle, but
Not bad, not bad.
with disadvantage.
Yep.
That's so funny that I rolled a 3 and 4. It's like, you're not
Wow.
getting out of this.
All right, excellent.
Performance is +8. But I'm
Plus
at
your-
so I guess
No,
+9. Wait, no.
Persuasion, not performance.
I'm so sorry. Persuasion.
"What is the dance?"
That's +4.
Don't forget your bonus
Then
as well.
Yeah,
I
you're
hate
plus
counting.
3.
3, 4, 7, 10, exhaustion, 9. 9! Final
Okay.
answer.
A total of 9. Okay. You like matched the threshold, so I need to do a luck roll. I just need to do evens or odds on a d6. Let me see. Oh, I guessed evens, and that was an odds. Okay. All right. You turn to Goph across the room. Probably in a deep conversation with a waiter who is trying to escape, and you signal to him, "We are a go for metal." And what Goph remembers was, "Give me the sign if you need a distraction or you're kidnapping metal." So you watch him do a make eye contact with you, very serious nod, pull out an entire string of smoke grenades from his infinite pocket, rip the ripcord, and pull all the pins.
Okay.
He doesn't do anything with them, he just stands there holding. Get the alarm off.
And this isn't even the distraction, this is just how he smokes before he does it.
Yeah. He's
He needs
huffing
to
like you
stand
wouldn't believe.
He needs to set up the fog machine before he starts the lights like it's a metal concert.
Yes. No, he does donuts before the smoke clears, seeing him dead in the middle.
Good old drill.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's happening.
You like go, Don? Don?
Listen, if he should be able to find his way. But Fisher like calls out for him, but if he's not instantly showing up. Okay.
Tone does respond to you, yes, Fish, and steps out of like a side room. As like you've called him to him psychically enough, he was kind of keeping the channel open.
Yeah.
To
Hold on. Were you listening during that dance?
what dance? I was.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Based
was dancing.
No. Anyway, it's time. We're kidnapping Metal with her consent.
I can see that. As you just hear behind you. As smoke starts billowing out of a corner of the room. The sides are rushing towards Goaf. Not everybody has noticed, but everybody on that side of the room has started getting very concerned and moving away. There is now, I would say, almost instantly, probably like an eighth of the room is just like a smoke bank. You cannot see Goaf anymore. You cannot see anything else going on. Distractions
Cal-
now.
Cal was, I think we got to the point where Cal was like, oh, here's your drink, it's May, and is like starting to be like, so that seemed overwhelming, and then it's like, oh my god.
Are you okay? That's all right. Okay, so we got this plan.
Cal goes, all right, let's find Metal immediately. We are helping her celebrate the evening.
May's like, oh, downs the whole glass of champagne.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's do it. And I think
How many has she had at this point?
not too many. Not too many. But I was gonna say, Patrick, I would like to propose to you that May uses mirror image. And instead of it being duplicates of herself, it's one duplicate of herself and two, like, a duplicate of Calfish that she sends to, like, meander in the other corner of the room.
The way mirror image works, let me just double check
That's
the
definitely
wording.
not how it works, but I'm asking very
Yeah.
nicely.
Yeah, don't you remember the 29?
I was gonna say, if you're happy for me to, I can burn projection system as well, if you'd
Yeah,
like.
I was gonna say.
Now cast
you can do-
magic with her tits.
yes, you can do projection system to do like a group, Cal and Fish going together off to one side of the room or something. Mirror image, the way that works is it makes you fuzzy. Like, it makes you Bigfoot, where it's like, it's not the camera that's fuzzy, Bigfoot is just fuzzy. You are
What are you
like
talking about?
mirror image is like multiple overlapping images of yourself kind of moving in the same space, so that somebody goes up to punch you, it like
Oh,
disappears.
yes, okay, sorry, I get what you mean now. Yeah. Okay, well, the other projection system instead.
Like the after image effect that the Roaring Knight has.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Cal tells, before they separate, Cal tells May about being like, and Sinner particularly good at fun celebrations. So, if I see
It's
him
me!
first, I'll let him know.
You can let him know, yes, I think that's a good idea, yes. I will.
You start to hear
I'll
shouting.
become Fish.
Alright.
Yeah, maybe
you start-
try and find Fish.
You start to hear shouting. Where's Fish?
Fish is still with. I imagine that they took Tone and is off to find Metal to scrabble her out of there.
Did Tone meet up with Fish in person, or was Tone just being like, hey,
Yeah.
bitch, from a different room?
Tone was like bitch, but then he stepped out
We're
the door.
meeting up. Yeah.
Fish.
Nice. I think it's that deep.
Calm down, Graham.
Seem absolutely fucking hysterical trying to get out of here. Yes,
Cal-
you.
Does casting dancing lights help at all?
It would be more distraction.
Oh, no, I meant to help Kelsey.
Oh, no. You have not reached the smoke cloud yet. It is so thick you cannot see through it. It's like a darkness spell,
Okay.
and it has
Cal's
started
gonna
eating
just-
the room.
Cool. Cal's just gonna straight up be shadow walking through any accessible part of the room and just be like looking for allies.
Okay. You're looking around. You see Sinner run into the smoke because this is an emergency that he's trying to deal with. He didn't get the signal. All of the security people are congregating over on that side. The scythes are running in there. Some people are running out of the smoke, but more people have been like eaten by it and are now like running around trying to get out in it. They're getting pretty loud, and May sends an image of you and Fish across the room as if you're running for the door, and you just go, let's get allies and then metal. Boop. Give me a perception check.
1 second, I just had a realization. I just think it's funny.
That Elise also not in on this.
Yeah, well, Cal would not involve her. She would be like, oh my god, let's make the tire sexy men to kidnap Metal. And she'd be like, no. For perception, that's a 16.
Okay. With a 16, you see Metal at the side of the room disappearing, being hustled by a member of security into the kind of dressing rooms, the bridal party area. You see Sinner disappear into the fog bank to rescue whoever's in there. You see that a number of the guests are like, I'm out, and are just leaving. You do not see... you do not see Goph. You do see Fish and Tone. You see Elise looking pretty upset that yet another thing is taking attention away from her. But is like, stop being a baby, come over here, boom, you're healed, no more smoke inhalation, get out of my way. Okay, next. Just like helping but not happy about it. You get ready to shadow walk. You do not see Jacques because the service table has already been entirely eaten by the smoke.
Cool. Cal shadow walks towards Metal, and then while doing that, like, goes into like Abaddon mode.
Got it. You got it. You're headed towards Metal. What are Fish and Tone doing?
What do they need? What should they be doing is a question. I've never done kidnapping before in real life. So
Yeah. Oh really? Oh, you should do it. It's never too late.
Next time we meet up,
Yeah, we'll kidnap someone. Okay, yeah. For plan transparency, just so you know what I'm doing as a player, my thought is I was worried I wasn't going to be able to spot Metal. Now they spot Metal, Cal's going to be like, hey, I'm a powerful abbot and her friend. I will keep an eye on her. I will protect her. I'll stay in the room. And the idea about being like, and I'm like, team protect Metal, and I'm going to get like knocked out right away and stuff like that.
Okay,
so that's
so
her
then-
idea. Being Metal's bodyguard to allow people to come in and actually take her away.
Then I guess that's the part that Fish is the team of, like ushering in the Oh shit, she's gone. Yeah.
All right. What do you want Tone to do? Do you want to try and find like Sinner or Jacques and get them out of there? What is May running towards? Do you recruit Kalur on this plan?
Where's Jamal?
Where's Jamal?
I think May is just like. Sorry. Cal literally said to May, "I'm going to find Sinner / Metal." Like that's what she's doing.
Yeah, she said, I'm gonna find people. Sinner's so great at partying, as in being like, I'll try to talk to him if I can, but I don't think she said that she definitely would.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think May probably won't worry about Kalur just because this is a hell of a social thing to draw someone to. Instead, May is going to look for where Fish is.
Okay.
Okay,
I think.
And I think honestly, she would probably just use like sending stone, psychic link, right?
Mhm.
Like, yeah.
I am now going to shut off all the sound effects just because it's becoming.
Thank God.
Yeah. This is all still happening, but
I
I'm
felt like
just
I
not
was
gonna have it.
playing laser tag.
Yeah. Yeah. May reaches out with magical telephony. Says, "Fish, where are you? We're taking care of Metal now."
Yes, we are. I've got Tone. Sinner should be somewhere, and also Jackrabbit. Did I tell you about him? I don't think I told you. No, Jackrabbit's here.
Oh, is that a good thing?
Yes, we like
Okay,
him.
well, all right, noted. Cool. I'll come find you. Collisionist is gathering whoever else. Looking for Metal and Sinner. And then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend to. I'm gonna find. Denya knocked out and be like, "Oh no!" Yeah, that's the thing I'm gonna do.
Sure. I've also got some doubles of us hanging around looking scared. So alibis. Or they've
Weird.
left or whatever it is they've done, Patrick.
Okay.
Yeah, then maybe we'll
Off we
hustle
go,
over to
off
find
to
fish.
plan.
Yeah.
Look, they do a little bit of Marco Polo and find each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Tone can also help. You can be like, Tone, find people and bring them here. You can just go, okay,
Yeah,
there and there, get over here.
yeah.
All right, then. Tone helps you reach out. You try and like find each other, find stuff together. Cal is zipping off while the rest of you congregate and come together and sneak away. Tone mentally signals Sinner if May doesn't, and you see Sinner emerge from the smoke with an unconscious Goph that he drops down in the recovery position. And then Sinner is hustling over to the dressing room as well. As Cal reaches the door into the dressing room, there is a security guard who is like frantically reporting into a radio, blocking the door. What do you say as you run up?
Cal goes, it's Abbott Collisionist in the air. I'm here to keep an eye on and protect Metal.
Give me a deception check with advantage because
She is here to keep an eye on and protect Metal. Yeah. Okay. Is there any chance that this could be performance?
No, probably not.
I tried.
If you tried.
We always respect the hustle and well-dressed bones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you said performance with advantage, or sorry, deception with advantage?
Correct.
Okay. And I have a +1, right?
For deception?
Socially. Oh, wait, do I still have the social score? Well, yeah, you said I can use them between the two of them. Okay. Cool.
Yes.
All right. Yes! That is a dirty 22.
Nice.
Dirty 22 instantly looks you over, opens the door for you, and waves you in as he's calling in reinforcements. And you can see more security running in from like managing the security outside and the lines and stuff running in, start evacuating people. It's getting even more chaotic. And as you look back in at this last moment before you disappear into Metal's dressing room, you can see the others coming together and starting to chase after you.
Cal gives him a very professional nod, and he's like, "Thank you. Let's take care of the lady."
He nods and waves you in. You run inside. You remember where Metal's dressing room is. There are some people like staff running around, but you quickly cut through them
Yeah.
to hear some like slightly raised voices in Metal's dressing room. As you open it in there, you can see Metal in her dress, kind of like crouched in the corner, holding Swifty,
Hmm.
trying to pet her really hard to comfort herself. Um, Lady Dentel is there, yelling at a security guard. And that's the three people in this room as you emerge. The deception check is still in place. What do you say to these people?
Um, to Lady Dentel, she goes, "Pardon me," and like walks into the room and puts a arm around Metal and is like, "Are you all right?"
Um, as uh, as you get close to Metal, you can tell that she is genuinely like freaked out and confused, but she is also like, "Cal, what's happening? What is this? Is this? Are we? What's happening?"
Very reassuring that she's going to go, "I'm going to take care of you.
Okay,
Nothing's bad's going to happen."
okay, I am ready.
Lady Vaunt, can we go somewhere? I'll keep an eye on her, keep any windows barred,
Lady
but is there
Dentel.
any sorry.
Lady
I
Vaught
Cal would be
Metal.
better about that. But
Yeah.
Lady Dentel, is there anywhere I can take Lady Vaunt, open a window that I can bar with magic just so she can get some air?
Um. Lady Dentel is not particularly concerned with Metal, is more concerned with the fact that the party is fucked,
Yeah.
and is busy yelling at the security guy. I'd say with that 22 deception, just kind of like agrees without even remembering
Cool.
that she agrees. And you can you see that still in this room there is the window that has been mended, although it's still weak
Yeah.
if you want to bust it open again.
Cool.
Otherwise, you can try and find a window somewhere else.
Um, she'll talk to Meadow quietly and be like, "What do you think? Should we ask your aunt to see if she minds leaving us, or should we find another room to calm you down?"
Um, Metal says, Metal whispers to you, um, I've gathered up all the stuff that I could, and it's there. And she kind of like nods, like looks with her eyes slightly to like a small bag underneath the vanity that is like would be kind of suspicious to grab, but it's clearly like the worldly possessions she could get
Yeah.
in a very short time frame.
Mm-hmm.
You know, probably some like expensive candlesticks or something else she's stolen from here, put in a bag. So
Yeah.
well,
Calum's gonna feel more comfortable moving something than having to try and convince Dental to do something. So she's gonna use Mage Hand to just like pick it up, bring it over.
okay. Slide it over, and if you want, yeah, you can leave and try and get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Cal's just like carrying the bag about being like just like tutting at Metal and is just letting her direct her to a safe, calm room.
As you're leaving, you're not going to have to roll a new check, but as you're leaving, Lady Dentel goes, "Where are you going, Abbott?"
"Oh, we're just getting her some fresh air. I will protect her."
Understood. As you exit out, go down the hallway, probably a little bit deeper into the building, just because that's where the windows are. You know, there's a bunch of rooms kind of in a line that have these windows, and Cadence steps out into the hallway to continue yelling at the security guard. So you are able to duck into another room and out of sight.
Cute.
And it is
Also,
about this time
Cal
that
is
the
realizing
others
it's
get
like
there.
if we can grab Elise, she can have me be beat up without any pain. No one can get Elise. Someone's gonna have to beat me up.
Yeah. As you get into this this room, it is sort of a smaller room along similar lines, but it's clearly being used for storage rather than like actively being used. There's just a lot of furniture under drapery, and you once again find a window to that you can get out of, but just like all of the other windows like facing this alley, it is not an openable window for like security reasons. So it is like, okay, well, we'll just bust this open. Lady Tentel doesn't know that these windows don't open. Why would she care? But yeah, you will have to like bust a window open in order to get some actual air if you want it.
May I share my my thoughts on the on potentiality for getting metal out of there?
Yep.
Because it would be really suspicious to have a broken window from the inside out. Fish could blink out to the street and break it outside in.
Mm-hmm.
How can also Shadow Walk her out?
It's true, yeah.
She just needs the window.
Yep.
Because what we could do is Cal Shadow walks her out, and then separately we like stage the window and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Cool, thank you.
As Sinner and everyone else arrives, have you had just everyone come, or have some people split off? You know, is Tone there to be with Metal, or is Tone going to be part of like the Finding Metal Brigade?
Oh, he's got to be part of the fighting metal brigade, and also like, if he's willing, like keep people in a state of confusion and panic, but not so much that they're gonna come across anything that they shouldn't be coming across.
Yeah, he can absolutely do that. He
If
can
they're
just heighten
almost
the
about to
frightened
put two and
attention.
two together, they kind of just slip over it, sort of deal. Yeah.
He can essentially put up kind of like a psychic net where everybody who is like getting their affairs too much in order can become more panicked, so that everybody stays kind of running around and confused. And as he sets up to do that, we've got Fish and Sinner and May and Jamal running off
Jamal
to
waiting here.
Metal.
Jamal's gonna read his book. He's gonna do some notes.
Yeah.
Jamal's gonna give everybody paper cuts.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you are running to the potential aid of Metal or discovery of Metal being kidnapped. And I think we will end today's session there, so you can have the week to think about how exactly you're kidnapping Metal, as well as how to do about the people who are inevitably going to follow you, and how you can pretend it was not you. And with that, we will end today's session of Well Dressed Bones. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
We should really hope that nobody